Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
All right, so I'm gonna prove to you God exists real quick, and then inshallah you're gonna become a Muslim once I'm done.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna base this off the regression theory. Okay, I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. You probably had guests come on here and tell you this, right? Have you heard of it or no?
Yeah, it's garbage, but go ahead. Let's hear it.
Okay, so basically there's dependent beings, right? And then you got an independent being, right? Which we call God. And I'm gonna prove to you that without that independent being, dependent beings cannot exist. So basically, me and you, right? We come from our parents. And then if you keep going back in time, you're gonna go down to like your grandfathers, your grandparents,
Yeah. All right. So let me
yeah.
stop you there. So the problem with this argument, it fails in multiple ways. Number one, we can just stop at the universe and say the universe is
No, no,
independent
I'm gonna get there.
and
I'm gonna
there's
get there.
nothing
So
beyond the
eventually,
universe. Hold
you're
on,
gonna
hold
get to
on.
the
I know
universe,
the I
right?
know the argument. I know the
Okay.
argument.
Okay.
We can say the universe is independent and necessary. You don't need anything beyond the universe. But more
Okay,
importantly,
but if no, no.
if
So if you're gonna say the universe is independent, right? You're gonna have to prove that it's a necessary being. Because if the universe is independent,
no,
no,
you
that
see,
means the universe has always existed because that means it was not caused
yeah, the
by
universe could
anything
have
else,
always
right?
existed. Yep.
So you okay, so right now you're telling me that you believe the universe has always existed and it
No,
was not
what I'm saying is
created?
that what I'm saying is that it's a clear logical possibility that the universe always existed.
Okay, first of all, science disagrees with you when it says it came from a singularity, which then started
No.
okay, then why is the universe expanding right now?
So the universe can go to expansion phases and then contraction phases, and this could happen infinitely in a causal loop. But more importantly, time doesn't pass. So when you say that the universe, we go back in time and it had a beginning, that doesn't make any sense because time as we know it doesn't actually pass.
That's fine. If
The
that's the stance
passage
you
of
want to
time
take,
is an illusion.
got you, got you. Okay, so if that's the stance you want to take, that the universe has always existed, right? And you don't want to come to a conclusion that it was either created or it came from something. So then you're gonna have to say that since you believe the universe is eternal, right? And it's always existed, you're gonna have to now, because now the burden of proof is on you to prove to
No. See, all
you
I
believe
have to
that.
do is point out that there's a logical possibility that the universe is eternal, which it is. There's no logic, there's no contradiction in an eternal universe. If you can't point to one, then it means that automatically it is possible for a universe to be infinite. So can you point down a contradiction in the universe that's infinite?
Sure. So if you're gonna believe the universe, right, is has always been there and it's been eternal and it's that's your belief, right?
No,
You're
it's
gonna have
not my belief. You're not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm
what are you
saying
saying?
is that there are many possibilities, and one of the possibilities is that the universe is eternal. And you're discounting that. You're saying you got to give me
Yeah,
proof of that.
no,
And I don't have to give
that's
you
not
proof of
possible.
that.
First of all, let me
What
tell
I'm
you why
saying
that's
is
not
that it's
possible.
possible.
It's not possible because the universe has parts to it. I'm sure you understand how solar system and everything, right? Anything that has parts that depend on it, if it
No,
has parts that
the
depend on it,
universe. No, the
then it
universe isn't made
cannot.
of. No, no, stop, stop. The universe is not made of parts. The universe is just one thing, space-time. There's parts within it, right?
Exactly,
Space-time's
that's
the
what I'm saying.
container. Space-time's the container for our matter, but the universe is not made of parts. It's
Okay,
just one
wouldn't
entity.
okay, so does the space-time depend on the universe?
They're synonymous.
Without the universe, would there be space-time?
They are synonymous. Space-time is the universe.
And the parts within the universe depend on the universe to exist, correct?
The same with God.
Okay, that's exactly my point.
No, your point fails. It collapses because the universe can be the necessary being because
Okay,
it's
so
one
you okay,
entity
so
and
you
that's it.
agree with me. So you agree with me without a necessary being, nothing can come into existence.
Yeah, the necessary being could be the universe, which is always there.
Okay, so now that we've gotten you to admit that without a necessary being, there's nothing can come into existence. With
That's not
that
what I said.
necessary, you
Sir,
literally just
please
said that.
listen. Please listen.
Okay,
What?
so do
No,
you
there's no
retract your
such.
statement? Do you retract
There's
your statement of a
no, no,
necessary
no.
being being
Listen,
important?
there's no such thing as coming into existence. That doesn't make any sense. What I said was the universe could have always existed as space-time, and that's it.
Okay.
You don't need God. God,
Gotcha. No,
you
that's
don't
fine.
need
That's
God
fine.
at all.
I get you. Understand. So you're saying, but you said that the universe would be the necessary being to bring everything into existence.
No, nothing comes into existence.
Aren't you existing right now?
The universe could have always existed as it is, and that's
Okay,
it. You don't need
which
God.
then would have, okay, so then what would you say caused, right, the chain of reaction to bring us to where we are today
There
and
is
be who we
no
have been
chain of
today?
reaction. That doesn't make any sense. There's no cause.
So you just appeared out of thin air?
No, we could
There's
have,
causes.
no, if we always existed, there's no cause.
There is no existence without cause. You
So
have to have
then who
causes
caused
to,
God? Then who's caused God?
okay, so God is outside of the universe. He doesn't constrict to
That
time. He
doesn't
isn't
matter,
constricted
sir.
to
Who
time.
caused God? Does God
God
exist?
is the uncaused cause.
Oh,
God
okay,
cannot be
great. So
caused.
then why can't we say the universe is the uncaused cause?
If you're gonna say the universe is the uncaused cause, right? And you're gonna call it the necessary being, okay? You basically right now in your head, the universe is your God.
No, that
That's
doesn't
what
make
you
any
believe.
sense.
Because
God, by your definition, is the Muslim God, right? You believe in Allah?
yes,
So then it's not God. It's just the universe.
that's what I'm saying. You call God the universe.
No, I don't believe in a God. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in a God. It's
You
called
believe in a
nature.
necessary being.
It's
You
called
believe,
nature, sir. It's called nature. Nature could have always existed. Do you concede that nature could have always been there then?
of course.
Okay, great. Then you don't need God.
Okay, so you just disregarded everything I said, even though you agreed that without a necessary being, nothing could have been caused. Okay?
Yeah, the necessary being could be the universe. You don't need God.
Okay, if that necessary being is the universe, it's gonna have to have intelligence to bring
Why?
us into existence.
Why?
Because
Why?
without intelligence, you won't have the fine tuning that you see today in the universe.
That's nonsense. There could be a natural fine tuning process, right? Because there could
So,
be a quantum mechanical process that yields the fine tuning of the universe.
do you know the odds of that? Do you know the odds of that happening?
Hold on. More importantly, the universe is not tuned for life, right? The universe is definitely not tuned for life. It's tuned for the specific conditions it has, possibly, but
Yeah,
it's not
I'm
tuned
talking
for
about
life.
Earth. Yeah, I'm talking
So,
about Earth.
so
So the sun, the moon.
yeah, that's not. There's nothing tuned about the sun or the earth in regards to
If it
life,
was
right?
literally 1 foot closer to the atmosphere, you would be dead right now.
No, that's absolute garbage. The Earth's variation.
If it was
Hold
off,
on.
what?
The Earth's variation changes between millions of miles every year. The distance by 1 foot, that's stupid.
Mike, you know
I'm
what I came
moving
to
by
the
1 foot
conclusion of
right
right now?
now.
You know what I just came to we both believe in a necessary being. Okay, we both believe that
Yeah,
necessary being has always existed,
but you
except
believe
my
it.
necessary being
No, sir. You believe in a God
is
that rode a
unintelligent.
donkey to the moon, right? You believe a guy split the moon in half. You believe in an Adam and Eve and Noah's Ark. That's all garbage. I don't believe that shit, right? So, no, I don't believe in God. You do. You believe in some stupid fantasy. I'm asking you for evidence of a God. So far, all you've said is the universe can't be infinite because, trust me, bro, that's not an argument. I want an actual argument that justifies that demonstrates God exists. The Muslim God.
The point where you believe in a necessary being, and I agree with you. There has to be a necessary being for existence. You agree with
No,
that, right?
again, when we say necessary, that means existence is the only necessary possible option. There's no other possible option than existence.
Can you give me another option if it's not a how else would you have been caused and everything else be caused to come into existence? Can you give me another one?
You just misunderstood everything I just told you. We didn't come into existence. That doesn't happen.
So you don't exist?
No, we could have always existed. We didn't come into existence. We could have always been here.
When you say we, who are you talking about we?
Matter and energy.
Okay,
You
matter and
can't
energy
create matter.
matter and energy could not have came from nothing.
I never said that. I said it could have always existed.
Okay, and if it's always existed, that means it is a necessary being, right?
Space-time always existed, and yes, it is a necessary being.
First of all, I don't agree with you that space-time has always existed, right? I'm just saying I'm going off of what you're saying.
You have to demonstrate that God exists. Can you do that?
I'm getting there. So you're saying space-time has always existed, which I don't agree with, right? If it's always existed, that means it's necessary.
Yeah, the universe can be necessary, and we don't need God.
If the universe is necessary, that is what caused everything else to come into motion. That's I'm
Nothing
going
goes
off your
into
beliefs.
nothing goes into motion. That's stupid. There's no such thing as something going into motion. This isn't Aristotelian physics. We now know in quantum mechanics that
Mike,
there
what are you
could
not
be a
understanding?
superposition of quantum states that eternally exist. They're unchanging entities. They don't move, they don't change. They're one entity that exists, and we
Mike,
are
do you know how stupid you sound right
we are
now?
within this superposition of states. You don't need a
Mike,
God. You don't need magic. You don't need Allah. You don't need your Muslim bullshit.
listen,
All you need
I
is
rather
the
believe,
universe. That's it.
listen, you believe in a universe that has always existed, okay?
Yes.
With
Now,
no
what is your point? What is your
intelligence.
argument against that?
No, no, hold on. You believe in a universe that has always existed with no intelligence. I
Yeah.
believe in a being that has always existed just like you, except it has intelligence.
Where did this intelligence come from?
The intelligence comes in what you see today, the universe, the earth, everything.
Okay, great. So, how do you know it's intelligent and not just natural?
It's intelligent because if it wasn't intelligent, you wouldn't exist.
That doesn't. That's begging the question, right? This is called
No,
begging the question fallacy. I'm asking you, how do you know that this universe is intelligent?
because you are listen, because you have a mind, a universe with no intelligence cannot, I'm gonna say give birth, but you know what I mean, right? Give birth to a human being with a mind. You cannot have a
No,
mind if the
that's
universe doesn't have a
ridiculous.
mind.
So that's ridiculous. Our minds
How
are
is that
emergent.
ridiculous?
Our
What is
minds
it?
are emergent of matter, right? Matter can produce brains, and brains can produce minds.
Okay,
Thoughts
but
are
you know
physical
that.
things.
Okay, but you.
Thoughts are physical things that are emergent of matter. You don't need God
Okay,
for.
so you're
And by the
saying,
way,
matter with no intelligence, no mind, right, caused eventually through billions of years, right, a mind to have
it's
intelligence.
called evolution and it's called emergence. Do you know what emergence means?
So you're saying something with no intelligence
No, so
emerged. No,
listen,
something.
listen,
So you're a mind with
listen, sir,
intelligence.
please listen. Do you know what emergence means?
No, I have no idea. Of
Okay,
course, I know
great.
what
So
emergence means.
that's why you're not capable of debating me because you don't
Mike,
understand what emergence means. Emergence means it is a property that the collective has, but one individual particular of it doesn't have. So, for example, like water, one molecule of water is not wet, right? There's no such thing as a wet
okay, you
molecule.
don't change the
But
subject. We're talking about
when
mind
it
and
comes to
intelligence right
water
now.
in a tub or an ocean, we can perceive that as wetness because it emerges from those individual particles. The same
Okay,
with our minds. Our minds are emergent of individual particular neurons in our minds and in our brains. And that's it. You don't need God. All you need is a natural mechanism, which we have. It's called natural selection.
okay, so let's recap real quick. So we came to the conclusion so far that we came from a necessary being, and you do not believe that it has
No,
intelligence.
no,
Yet,
no. There's no necessary being. A being implies there's like a person behind it. I'm saying the universe can be a natural necessity. It's just there, and there's no need for a God. Just like you
okay,
say God's always there, we can say the
you
universe is
have a
always
lot
there.
of you have a lot of
So
flaws with
again,
your
please
argument.
demonstrate that it's impossible for the
Yeah,
universe to be infinite.
no, I am. You have a bunch of flaws, and 99% of scientists, which I know you love science and you go crazy over science, they would all disagree with you and tell you that is impossible, that the universe could have always existed. So that's
Okay,
the
great.
first thing.
So then give me one scientific peer-reviewed source that says it's impossible for the universe to be infinite. Because I don't know of a single one. Brian Cox, Sean Carroll, Brian Greene, Michio Kaku. I can go on and on. List physicist Ed Witten. I can list physicists who agree that the universe is likely infinite. We can't hear you, sir. We have to come back, please. Let's hear your source. They're all atheists? Well, yes, most intelligent people are atheists. All right, that's up next, Ekman. Hey, what do you got?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know it was done. What do you think about the Bible being an astrological event?
Astrology is stupid. It's bogus. It's garbage. It's not real. I'm asking for
Well,
actual evidence of a God.
but yeah, you're right. I don't know. I was just going to bring it up. It seems like the conversation kind of got weird.
Oh shit, what's up, man?
Hey, what do you got?
Hey, this is Angel. Kind of ironic. But yeah, so I find this really interesting because most of the
Sir,
time,
please just give us your argument or go away, please.
oh, okay. I thought you wanted more of a,
No, give us your fucking argument.
conversation.
Go away. Go away. If you don't have an
Oh,
argument, go away.
you're okay. So here's my argument. So I think a lot about the theory of relativity and that there could be some sort of higher power because of
I don't give a shit, sir. I want an argument that demonstrates your God exists.
all
Please
right.
give an argument or go away.
You're kind of a dick. You can cancel my thing. You can
Oh, okay.
cancel it.
Great.
Bye.
Your religion's way ruder than I'll ever be. Your religion calls for killing, right? All these disgusting things. If you think I'm rude, well, guess what? Your religion's even worse.
Right there.
Hey, what do you got?
I asked you a question yesterday. I want to follow up. So there's no evidence that there's a God. So what happens when we die? And you said, what did you say again?
Sir, what is your argument for God? Please, just give us the argument.
It's because I want to know the root of the like. So
Allah wants an argument, right? Allah wants the evidence for God. That's all I'm asking for. Nobody has it because it doesn't exist. There is no God. There is no evidence of a God at all.
One guy.
Hey, what do you got?
Can you hear me?
Unfortunately, what do you got?
Yeah, do you know that one guy?
No, sir. Can you just give us your argument for God, sir? Your magic muffin man, please.
That one guy.
Uh,
All right, my evidence for God is how. So you're an evolutionist, right?
Evolution is a
you?
fact. Evolution is a fact. It really happens. So
No,
if
it's
you, if
not. It's not a fact at all.
okay, great. Then
Nothing about
demonstrate.
evolution is true.
Then
How
demonstrate.
can
No,
how
no,
can
no,
we
no,
be?
no. You're gonna give me a refutation for evolution. You're gonna go away because we can't progress the argument if you don't even understand basic science.
I
So
do know
what?
what evolution is, dude. I've learned it in school when I was in third grade.
Okay, great. So demonstrate that it doesn't happen.
Okay, there's no way that just magically out of
No.
nowhere.
Give me evidence that evolution does
Can I
not happen.
talk?
Give me evidence. Don't just
I am giving
blabber.
you evidence. You're not letting me talk, bro.
No, you're not giving evidence. You're going to say, "No, there's no way we evolved." That's not evidence. I want data.
Bro,
Data.
can I talk?
Evidence.
I'm giving you evidence, bro.
Give the
Let me
data.
talk.
Give the
Let
data.
me talk. Okay, so you know how the Earth spins perfectly 93 million miles away from the sun? How does that just magically happen without some sort
All
of a
right.
higher
Yeah,
being?
that's not evolution. You have no place in this debate. There's nothing perfect about the Earth. There's nothing perfect about us. And it's not even about evolution. That's complete nonsense. Evolution happens. Get over it. Go learn science.
Yo, how's it going?
What do you got?
Just had a quick question. I know you've heard like so many arguments probably about God's existence and all that. I don't know if somebody has asked you if God was real, would you follow him?
Which God, sir? There's 1,000 billion different gods out there, but more
No,
importantly,
just that question.
do you have
If
an argument? Do you
just
have
a
an argument?
theistic God.
Do you have an argument for this garbage or not?
Yeah, but
What's
I
your
know
argument?
you've heard so many arguments, so I just want to know why.
Give an argument or go away. How you're breathing? Physics. As much as you guys want there to be somebody doing this, as appealing as it is to look around and see there's got to be somebody who's doing this, who put this here, why are we here this way? These are great questions, but unfortunately, there's no reason to think that there is somebody. It actually seems to be very egotistical to think that there's somebody doing this. I mean, look at that. Take a look at the cosmic perspective of our place in the cosmos, right? We are a dot in an ocean of chaos, ocean of voided blackness. The idea that we are the center, that we are the purpose of the universe seems silly. It seems silly. And let alone the fact there's no evidence for it. How do we come to life? Life is an emergent process of non-living things. Amino acids, proteins, lipids. These things interact together and become living things. It's not God, it's not Jesus. It's called chemistry, right? Chemistry is what makes us alive. It's a chemical process. Everything you do, every action you take is a chemical process. Every breath of air, every thought, every heartbeat is an electrochemical process.
Can you tell me how you think that like life is born? Like how do you think that life actually happens? Like do you believe that it just happens or how do you believe that?
Life is an emergent process. It emerges from things like amino acids and proteins and lipids and phosphates. DNA, right? DNA is a molecule. It's a long strain of different chains of polypeptides and things like that, and sugars. These things form naturally in the atmosphere of the earth. They form all the time in the oceans. It's a chemical process. And over time, these strands can change and mutate. And this is what evolution is. And that's why we're here today, because we've survived for 4 billion years. Our ancestors have survived for 4 billion years of evolution. That's why we are here today. Not because of some God, but because of biological evolution.
Okay, so then what do you believe? So you just believe that we just came here, there's no outside life force, there's no like creator of all of us. You just believe that like
Oh
all the
no,
planets, all
there's
the
no
universes, like you all that
there's
just
no
came here
need
for.
there is no need for a creator. And by the way, who created the creator? Who made the creator? Like, we can ask this forever. It doesn't make sense to just say, oh, there's got to be God, but it stops there. That is ridiculous. We can just say the universe exists naturally and we are products of the things within it. That's it. There's no need for God. There's no need for a magic man with a wand to poof us here. It's just physics. That's all you need. And that's amazing. That's amazing. The universe is more amazing without a God, without somebody doing it. We are here by chance, and that's incredible.
So you don't believe anything happens after.
No, when you die, that's it. Nobody cares about you when you die. Nobody seems to care anymore about you. You fade away. It might
Hey,
be
Mike, how
sad
you
about
doing?
that, but that gives me more hope for my life today.
How you doing, brother? Good.
What do you got? What's your argument?
I don't really have an argument. It's just a question about your set of beliefs.
Yeah, we're not doing questions today, right? We're doing arguments. We're debating, right? No. I don't respect your belief. I don't respect beliefs, and I don't give a shit if you respect mine. Beliefs deserve criticism. I don't respect your beliefs. They're stupid. They're bad. They're dumb. Rightfully so. We should call them out. If your belief is bad, I will call it out. I'm not going to be scared. Oh, I don't want to harm your feelings. It's not a personal thing. It's a logical thing. Your beliefs are bad. Get over it. Take the criticism. It's healthy. That's how we learn things when we criticize beliefs, right? We wouldn't have phones if we just respected beliefs. That's how science works. We're always debunking and disproving and proving right and falsifying things. That's how we progress. So without that, without criticism, there's no progression.
You're completely wrong.
No. Okay, great. So give me an argument for God.
So what do you think happens when you die?
You rot away and you turn to fertilizer. And that's it.
What happens to your soul?
What soul? Where's the evidence of a soul?
Can somebody put the clothes in the dryer, the towels in the dryer?
Sorry about that. Well,
How old are you, by the way? Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
Keep tapping, guys. Keep tapping.
Hi, how are you?
Okay.
Hey, first question is, do you believe?
No questions. No questions. Give me an argument for your God to go away.
Okay, no question. That first of all, Jesus is proven even by atheists.
Okay. I don't care about a guy who died on a stick. I want evidence of a God, not a guy who died on a stick.
Okay, but if we call that individual God, then don't we care about that God that's on the stick?
No, because there's no evidence for that guy who died on a stick. There's no evidence for that guy being a God.
Okay, well, the guy on the stick is proven to actually have died on the stick.
I don't care. Many people die on sticks. It doesn't mean that they're gods. Where's your evidence for God?
So you don't care about the person that, and I mean,
No, I don't give a shit. And he doesn't care about you. Where's your evidence for God, sir? You have one more chance.
Sure.
Or you're going to go bye-bye.
I'm glad you have a high, extreme, cocky attitude, and that's fine. But what I can...
The one who thinks they're the center of the universe is calling me cocky. The one who thinks that out of all the planets and stars in the universe, that there was a guy 2,000 years ago that died for him. He was lucky enough to be born in this time where some guy who doesn't give a shit about him anymore died for him, as if he's the center of the world, as if the universe owes me an afterlife, it owes me redemption, it owes me stuff. That is the epitome of cockiness. That is the epitome of cockiness. Who's the cocky one here? The one who says that they're the center of the universe, or the one like me saying, where's your evidence for this? How is that cocky? All right, let's go to the next line here. Remember, no questions, just arguments and evidence.
Hey, so you're a vegan or vegetarian?
Sir, where's your argument for God?
Well, because do you have any moral basis for being a vegan?
My morality comes from reality. It comes from looking at the consequences to my actions and establishing that others don't want to be harmed.
How are there any consequences? That's just fate.
How I
There's
get
no
morality.
consequences. That's just fate. So whatever you do, there's no consequence.
If I punch you in the face, it hurts. That is a
Right.
consequence that I can really observe and see. Now, when
Right.
it comes to your magic muffin man who died on a stick, how do you know that what he says is good?
I'm not Christian. I'm just asking you where you get your
Whatever
but
God
your
you
morals are still
believe in,
subjective.
whatever God you believe in, how do you know that your God's morality is the best one?
Well, I know it has to be the objective one because all other moralities are subjective.
How do you know that?
Because that's obvious.
How do you know that
So-
your morality is the only correct one and that everybody else is wrong, but you got it right? How do you know that?
Well, I can make the claim. You can't make for certain, but I know that whatever morality you have, if you say killing animals is wrong, that's subjective.
Yes, and your morality is also subjective. If you think that
Right.
God is good, that's your subjective opinion.
Right,
You
right.
also have subjective morality. You just pretend it's subjective.
That's what confuses me. If you're aware of this, how are you a vegan? How are you a vegetarian? That's hypocritical.
Because I get morality from looking at reality and looking at the consequences that occur to my actions. That is a solid sense of morality. That's a solid
Right.
moral framework.
But
Whereas
that can change.
what you're doing is you're saying, what does the Quran say about this? Let me see what the Quran says. Should I murder this person? Your Quran allows you to beat people. It allows you to slave people. It
Right,
allows
but
you
it's
to kill
the laws are always there, independent of my feelings and my.
It doesn't
own-
make it objective.
It
It means that
does.
somebody wrote them
because
down.
For example, if killing animals is wrong, it's always going to be wrong. It's not going to be
No.
based on how you feel. Like in 20 years, you
It
might
is.
be
Why not?
eating meat again.
Sir, listen. Why can't morality be subjective? Why does it have to be objective?
Because if it's subjective, why it has to be objective?
Yeah.
Because if it's subjective, that means everything is permissible and nothing is at the same
Yeah,
time.
yes, we live in a world where people do anything they want. What's your
Right,
problem?
but the problem would be then that what can you say to someone killing a baby?
I
Like
say
you're
it's
gonna
wrong. I say it's wrong.
Right, and he says, "Well, that doesn't matter because I say it's
Yeah.
right, and
And then
none
we
of us
put
are right or wrong."
then we put them in the prison cells.
Right,
That's
but
how
what?
we do it.
But
That's how
right,
we
but
do
what
it.
about the ones who get away with it?
Because the rest of us do not want that action to take place in our society.
But
we have
where's
the
the
right.
philosophy?
We
Like,
have
what
to-
about the ones who get away with it? You have to have a philosophy
Well,
for people, not like for the people who can get away with it.
The universe does not owe you any justice. Shit happens. Life is unfair. Get over it.
That's not true, but yeah, that's your perspective because
Okay,
like,
great. Then
a nihilistic.
show me-
That's a nihilistic
then show me-
path.
Then show me that there is an objective law. How do you know that there's objective law?
Because first of all, if we have a creator, right? Our sense of judgment.
No. How do you know that your morality is objective?
First of all, if my morality, if my innate morality is accordant to the creators, then I would know that it's objective somehow. For example, saying killing is wrong. Everyone innately know this, right?
No,
Don't you?
not Jeffrey Dahmer, not Charles Manson.
Everyone, but every sane person knows innately that
No.
killing is wrong.
Oh, so it's not every person; it's every sane person.
Right,
So you
right.
conceded that not everybody has your morality. So you agree that
Exactly.
morality is subjective.
No, because you can have people in an altered state of mind. You have people with
Exactly.
mental illnesses.
And what that demonstrates is that our minds is what produces morality, not some magic muffin man from outer
Right.
space.
And why would our minds do that? What is
Because
the
we
essential for
evolved.
that?
Because we evolved to be this way. We evolved to care for each other. That's why other animals have morality, not just humans. All other animals, especially other apes, they all
Right.
have morality because they evolved to be that way, just as we did. There's nothing special about this.
Well, it actually doesn't seem to be beneficial to the model of survival of the fittest.
Yes, it is.
because it does-
If I'm in a tribe, and
Right.
my family members are suffering, right, and I
Right.
go to help them, well, guess what? Now we survived. Our tribe survives by doing good actions. Our tribe
Right.
survives.
Right.
That's it. It's that simple.
Then tribes also plundered other tribes, right? They had to they had to rape, and they didn't have to rape, but they had to plunder for
Yes,
food.
we are very yes,
Then
and
you're
those tribes that
essentially
went
saying
bad are now extinct. But that's
Yeah,
that's how our minds work. The point is that
right, but
we are very tribal animals. That's why
Right.
Muslims kill people, because they're in their tribe, right? You guys think you have morality, but you go ahead and kill people, behead people. That's disgusting.
Well,
So stop pretending as if you have good morality and everybody
you're
else is
against
bad.
capital punishment? Like you think it's not fair to kill a murderer? Like if you convict someone
No,
and they're
your
guilty,
your Quran says we can kill apostates.
apostates, yeah, it's treason. You can kill any country kills for treason.
What's wrong with being an apostate?
It's
With leaving Islam.
Well, you're actually committing like if you live it like
Wait,
if
wait,
you
wait, 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 wait. Do
no,
you
no,
think
I'm
that we should
explaining it to you.
kill?
You're asking a question. Let me explain.
Wait, hold on. Do you think that we should kill all atheists?
No, actually, no.
Should we kill all ex-Muslims?
Depending on what they're doing, yeah. If they're living, no. So here's the thing. So let me ask you.
What would justify killing an ex-Muslim?
So what would like if someone commits treason in any country? What justifies killing them?
What do you mean treason?
That's what I'm telling you. So if you're living in a Muslim society,
give an example.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you an example. Like, say someone commits treason in military, it's instant execution. Like they're gonna kill this guy. There's no question about it. If someone commits treason in military, in the U.S. military,
Okay, but how about in like for example Iran, right? If I become an ex-Muslim,
right,
or Afghanistan,
Yeah.
should I be killed because I left Islam?
If you don't propagate it, no. But if you go around spreading that Islam is the truth, like if Islam is false, then like for argument's sake, let's say the religion is true, right? And you're actually leading people astray from it. Then you're committing something.
God. So you literally think if I was an ex-Muslim, I should be killed?
If you're going around propagating it, if you're going around saying to others
And
that
this
they
is
should
objective. This is your great morality. This is
What are you
pathetic,
talking
sir.
about? This is the
This
same
is
morality.
disgusting.
Everyone, if you go around
This is
spreading,
disgusting. This is disgusting. Islam is violent, and it should be banned. And for all the Christians, Christianity is just as bad, if not worse. Hey, what do you got?
So you made a point earlier saying that the universe. What did you say about the universe?
Do you have an argument for God or not?
Yes. You said the physics made the universe, correct?
No, nothing made the universe. The universe
So it
isn't
always
made.
existed.
It could have, yes.
Well, it could have, or it does.
We don't know. Nobody knows, sir, especially not you.
Okay,
You
so then
definitely don't
nobody
fucking
knows
know.
if God exists or
So
not.
give an argument for your God
I
to
am.
go. What
That
is
is
it?
an argument. You don't know if God exists or not. Do you have proof that he doesn't exist?
So your argument is, I don't know if God exists, therefore he exists?
But you're making the same argument. You
No,
don't
I'm
know
not.
if the universe is infinite or not.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that it's possible the universe is infinite.
So it's possible there's a God.
No, because
Why?
God has to be, in order to say it's possible, you need to demonstrate it's possible first. So give me the argument that demonstrates God's possible. Let's hear it.
I just did.
What's God? You haven't defined God yet. What if God is a square circle? Then it can't exist. It's not possible.
But why can physics make God and then God makes us?
We don't know what God is. God is a word. It means nothing. Define it first.
God is the creator, which created the universe.
What's that? What's a creator? What does it mean to create?
Same thing that created a building or a car or anything like that.
Okay, so when people make buildings, what we mean is that they're assembling stuff that was already there, right? They're taking pre-existing material and they're assembling it into something we call a building. That's assemblage, right? That's not creation. That's not creation ex nihilo, from nothing, right? Nobody's poofing a building into existence, right? So there's a difference between assemblage and creation ex nihilo. So which creation are you talking about? Are you talking about from nothing, or are you talking about from pre-existing stuff?
I'm talking about the same way you said that the universe could be infinite. This God, we don't have to call him a God. We can call him the universe. Okay? God can be universe. The universe made us. If not, explain to me why is there plants that heal us? Why is there all these
Why are
things
there
that go
plants
on
that kill
Earth?
us? Why are there animals that kill us? Why are there infections that kill us? The idea that there is something special about our place on the earth is petty. It's primitive. It's ridiculous.
We're all connected to the Earth.
Okay, well, that doesn't mean that there's a God, does it? It means that we are connected to a earth by biology, by physics. There's no need for a God. There could be some other reason why we exist this way, not just by some magic man.
Okay, but so what exactly would you like to happen for you to change your opinion from there is no God or possibility of a God? What would need to happen?
Any evidence?
Like what? Do you want me to shit a fucking unicorn out of my ass or what?
Sure, that'd be great, but any evidence you can
Okay,
give.
but you know, and everyone else knows that is impossible.
Give me any. If you don't have any evidence, just say it, sir, and I'll kick you off.
I've given you evidence. You don't accept it. You haven't accepted anyone's evidence.
You've given me a claim that God's possible.
You want proof that there's a God, and you're never going to get it ever.
No,
So
I
you're
want
gonna win every
any
argument.
evidence. I want some kind of evidence for God, and so far you've given me zero.
Because no one's ever going to give you proof that there's God.
And what does it say about your belief? It's dishonest.
But it's not. Because things around us, like the distance, which you're probably going to kick me after this, the sun is perfectly placed from the earth for us to survive.
It's also perfectly placed for us to die and get skin
But
cancer.
it's not. How? How is it perfectly placed for us to die?
Sir, if I go outside too long, I get skin cancer.
And what, that would happen right away?
Yeah, people die all the time from skin cancer.
So I can go outside, be in the sun.
From the sun. The sun gives us skin cancer.
Yeah, if you sit there like a moron, probably.
Okay. How about genetic disorders that are produced by cosmic rays from the sun, which are inherent to our biology? What do you say about that?
Don't sit in the sun. That is common sense.
You don't choose to sit. This is called genetic mutations that are generated by cosmic rays from the sun. What do you say about that?
What I'm saying is that now with the technology that we have, and since we're aware that the sun would cause that to us, don't do it. Same argument you have, that if we have stores now, just go buy vegetarian food.
We can't just say, hey, sun, don't do that anymore, son. We can't do that. We are
don't go in the sun. There's no one ever that's went in the sun for one day has died from it.
We are subject to nature. And in the process, we don't choose our position here. Everything we are experiencing is because of nature's influence on us. I don't choose the sun. I don't choose anything about me. But there are bad things and there are good things that happen to us, all subjective. The point is, there's nothing perfect about our place in the universe. There's nothing perfect about it. Perfection is a relative term, and it means nothing independently. That's why we use it relatively speaking. Okay. Yes, we were able to survive the changing conditions of the earth. Exactly. We adapted to the conditions of the earth. We weren't placed here by some cosmic chess player. We adapted to the conditions. And for that, that's evidence against the God.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay. I just want to start off by saying I've been kind of listening in for a while, and I think you are very educated. I just want to start that off and give you credit for that. And I also just want to start by saying that what you're asking is, can you prove? The term prove means without any doubt. So I could say, how can you prove that this isn't just a bad dream that I'm having right now? And you can't.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying we can. I'm not asking you to prove anything. I'm not saying I can prove anything. What I'm saying is, I don't think God exists. There's a very good chance that God's not real. It's more likely that it's not real versus than it is.
So you're looking for like historical evidence?
I'm looking for any evidence that points to a God.
Okay. So I guess really the best thing I can give you is I know that you're an atheist, correct?
Yeah. What is the argument, sir?
Okay. So basically, coming from your viewpoint to try to work with you, um, I just believe through the intelligent design of the world and, just the structure of our galaxy and the way that we're able to live, that through going against the Big Bang and just kind of believing that, love and the feelings that you have, like I know that you're a vegan as well, and you believe that killing animals is wrong. So just kind of our discernment of good comes from an intelligent mind. And even if we are the only intelligent mind that's on Earth that can define good, then what is good? Good is just subject to whatever society says at a time.
Yes. Good is what we prefer. Good is what we prefer. That's it. Nothing more than that. Morality is feeling based. It's about our preferences as to how we want to live with each other. That's it. You don't need God for that. And when it comes to intelligent design, how do you know that this is design when everything you claim is designed? How do you compare and contrast a design thing from a non-design thing? How do you compare the two things? Because if you don't have a symmetry breaker between a design and a non-design thing, well, then you can't know that this is actually design. We'll never know.
I think that's a very interesting point. I'm going to swing back to what we were talking about good, and then I'll hit back on the intelligent design. So with good, why do you think it's good to be vegan? Just a quick question in here. And
because I prefer not to harm animals. That's it. It's that simple.
Okay. So I guess then what is harm? Because if in a sense, I know that you said this earlier that
I'm a subjectivist. I can see that morality is subjective. But again, harm is something that most animals with sentience understand, right? We have intuition about this. Hey, if I get slapped in the face, it hurts, right? That's all you need for morality. And because if there is no absolute fact about that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be absolutely, I don't have to be absolutely certain that it's bad to harm you, to not harm you. I don't need absolutes.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying with that, and that makes sense. So I guess another thing is when it comes to harming you, yourself, an animal, another person, those types of things, I know you're saying that morality is subjective to society at a time, but I think you would also agree with this, that almost every well-thinking person on Earth would agree that killing another human is wrong, correct? At any point in time.
Yes, what's your point? What is the point, sir? What is the point here?
So my point is, so I'm a Christian, and where I'm kind of hinting at with all of this is that if we're all created in the image of God, that's mentioned in the Bible, then we would have this subject nature to ourselves that we should treat each other with love and not to murder and not to kill. But I know it happens, obviously.
Your God, are you Christian? Yeah, you're Christian, right? Your God in the Bible kills people in a flood. He demands us to beat slaves. He demands us to kill atheists. Your God is not a loving God. It's a piece of garbage. So the idea that you get your morality from this atrocious monster is pathetic.
By
the way, people knew not to murder way before they were Christian. This, in fact, is innate in other animals.
Okay.
Other animals know this. Other apes have morality. We're not special.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting point. And to kind of talk on the flood, understanding kind of like ancient history to a point through the Bible and what that time was like, is described as the time of like Nephilim, roam the earth, fallen angels,
That's
demons.
all garbage. There's no Nephilim, there's no Adam and Eve, there's no Noah's Ark. That's all garbage nonsense. Do you have any actual evidence of a God or not before I kick you?
Okay, so I want to give you some historical evidence for the flood itself, that there was a great flood on Earth. If you just look at the Grand Canyon itself and the way that it's formed, it can only be through a time when there was a massive flood. And
No,
that itself shows that the Earth.
absolutely not. We know that the Grand Canyon has several different geological strata that could not have happened in one time. Because guess what? There are several distinct layers that have different densities and different material in them that are deposited at different times. We can date them as well, and they are thousands of years apart. So if there was a flood, we would see one homogeneous layer of geological strata around the world, but we don't see that. We see every region of the Earth have different geological strata. They are similar, but they're distinct layers that they all share. There's no one homogeneous layer, which debunks the global flood.
So, okay, I'm going to be honest, you use a lot of very technical terms. Could you just kind of like, I guess, make that a lot easier to understand, if you don't mind?
I think you should go back to the drawing board and do some scientific research, because you don't know anything you're saying. Like, I'm just going to be frankly honest with you. You don't know jack about science. So go learn it and then come back and debate me. Okay?
Well, can I?
But thanks for coming up, though. It takes courage to come up here. Hey, what do you got?
Hey, so in the Bible, it actually says that God uses the simple to confound the wise, and I'm pretty simple, so I want to see if this is going to work or not. I want to know about evolution.
Cat in the Hat said that he likes green eggs and ham. Sam I am.
So I wanted to ask you about, you believe in evolution,
Darth
right?
Vader said, "I am your father."
Do you believe in evolution?
Evolution is a fact of reality.
Okay,
It
so
happens. We observe it. We can falsify it in every single way.
Okay, so you believe that we came from monkeys?
No, that's what your apologists believe and you claim, because you don't understand evolution.
I'm
We don't
asking, do
come
you believe
from
in Darwinism? Do you
hold
believe
on,
that we came
hold
from
on, hold on.
monkeys? It's science, it's listed.
No. We don't come from monkeys. We share common ancestry with monkeys. We don't
Okay.
come from monkeys of today. We share ancestry about 30 million years ago. And since that moment, their species has split off and branched off into different species that became eventual apes, like proconsuls. And those apes is what became eventually humans over millions of years of small genetic changes. And that's a fact. We have all the fossils, we have all the DNA evidence to prove this.
Okay, I would like to ask you, why are monkeys no longer evolving? Why are there no species in between monkeys and humans? Why do they cease to exist?
are.
Why is it only
Every-
humans and only monkeys? There's no more evolving monkeys. And I'd love to know why.
Every species is evolving, man. Evolution's a continuous
Why
process.
are monkeys still the same? I don't see any of them turning into humans anymore. Why is that?
Because this isn't Pokemon. There's no monkey stone or human stone that
Well,
turns us
shouldn't there
into a
be?
human.
Right, but you said
But,
they
man,
slowly break
hold
down
on,
into being humans, right? Over time.
Hold on. Monkeys are not going to become humans because there are no evolutionary pressures that are placed upon their species to change.
You just said that we
We're
came from
different. In 6 million years ago, we were pressured to leave the plains of Africa and migrate out of the continent into other continents. That is what made us human.
But
The
you
other
just said that we came
and
from
monkey
monkeys.
species- I never said that, ma'am. You
You
did.
said that
Not me.
you said the monkeys evolved and eventually became humans. The primates evolved into human beings. Am
The
I wrong? This is what you stated.
monkey-like species. They weren't monkeys of today. They were a different primitive type of monkey that existed 30 million years ago. And since that moment, they branched out into today's monkeys and apes and humans.
At what point did they evolve into monkeys? And you said they came from monkeys. Monkeys are monkeys. I'm trying to understand what you're saying here. So they came from a different monkey.
You're confused because you don't understand evolution. So this is why I can't debate you. You don't understand what you're talking about. I'm going to explain this to you one more time. We are apes. Humans are apes. We share common ancestry. And what this means is that a monkey species about 30 million years ago went through genetic changes over many generations. It wasn't one moment where they became human. It took many millions of years. And before us, there were multiple species of humans before us. Ergaster, Erectus, Habilis, Australopithecus afarensis. These are hominid species that existed prior to us, which were intermediate stages between us and the other apes.
Okay, but we can go
That's
back
it.
very
That's
far and see that humans have existed for a very long period of time, correct? I would just like to know why we are no longer evolving into anything else. Why are monkeys no longer evolving into anything else?
We
We're
are
still human
evolving.
beings. And why do monkeys, why are they not capable of moral reasoning? Why
They
are we the
are.
only ones
They
capable?
are. They are. Again, every species is evolving. Now, we humans are evolving phenotypically. On a more primitive level, we are evolving things like lactase enzymes, where we have recently developed genes that give us more melanin in our skin, which we adapted to northern climates. These are adaptations that have taken place in the past couple, 20, 30,000 years. These are recent changes. But again, evolution takes many, many years, many, many generations. It doesn't happen in one day. This is why you're confused, because you think this is Pokemon, where you go from Charmander to Charizard. That doesn't happen. We're talking millions of years of changes that build up to big changes. That's evolution.
Doesn't it take faith to believe all of this? I mean, do you actually have full evidence? Like, were you alive millions of years ago? I mean, I'm just curious. Like, in Big Bang Theory, as far as that goes, I would like to know how something could have created itself out of nothing. That doesn't make sense. It takes faith to believe that. I truly believe.
Okay, well, that's fair for you to say because you don't understand science. But someone like me who understands science, you recognize that we can see the past by looking at the ground. The fossils in the geological strata are records of the past. We can date these fossils. We know how old they are, and we can confirm and see the species changing over many years. We also know through our DNA sequencing, we can take a look at chromosome 2, which is a chromosomal fusion that directly correlates to our chimp ancestors about 6 million years ago. This can't happen if evolution doesn't happen, ma'am. This is direct proof of evolution in front of your eyes. But you are too ignorant to understand it because you're too scientifically illiterate for this conversation.
Okay, I'm asking you about the Big Bang Theory, and I'm asking you how you have the faith to believe that something created itself out of nothing. That takes faith. I'm sorry, but you say
because that's not the Big Bang. The Big Bang is not something from nothing. It is not two rocks combining to make an explosion. The Big Bang is simply the expansion of space and time in all directions, right? And that's all it means. A universe that was hotter, denser, and smaller expanded rapidly and became colder and less dense and became the universe of today, where there's galaxies and stars. That wasn't always the case. If you go back far enough, which we can see with cosmic microwave background, we can see the past by looking at telescopes and realizing that the past universe was different than today's universe, vastly different. And this is how we understand the Big Bang, through looking through telescopes and doing science, not by reading a book of fables from 3,000 years ago.
So why do they call it the Big Bang if they don't believe something happened in a Big Bang? They just call it the Big Bang?
It's just a word, ma'am. It doesn't mean that there was a Big Bang.
Then why do they call it a theory if it's fact? It sounds more like it still takes faith to believe. Theology, they call it theology, right? Theory.
Okay.
There's similar words here, and I believe there's a reason for that, correct?
No. A scientific theory is a well-established mechanism that goes into explaining the facts. Theories in science are not regular guesses. Theories in science are based on evidence, facts, and laws. So we know that
the theories. They're not facts. If they were facts, they'd be called facts, not theories.
They're mechanisms of the facts. So, for example, evolution is a fact. What explains evolution is natural selection, which is the theory of evolution. So again, we have the mechanisms. If I'm trying to explain something and how it works, I use a theory because that is what goes into explaining the fact of evolution. Evolution happens. We observe it. We can see it. We can falsify it. What explains it is a theory. Just like germs. Germs are a theory. Gravity is a theory. Gravity is a theory because it's a mechanism that explains the fact of things falling, the fact of things being attracted. That's a theory. A theory isn't just a random guess. It is a well-based explanation for a fact.
Well, it's not a theory that Jesus existed and died like on the cross. That there's evidence proving that. Have you ever heard of the Shroud of Turin? It's proof of Jesus existing, dying.
Many people died on a stick, not just your magic man from nowhere. We know that there's no evidence of a God And the Shroud of Turin, at best, you have is a piece of clothing. Oh, who gives a shit about a piece of clothing?
Hey, why don't you actually do some research? There is scientific evidence proving that that material, there is DNA in that material that it's. You literally need to go look it up, because if you actually study it, I feel like you might have a different
I did
theory.
look it up, ma'am, and there's lots of studies going against this idea. In fact, they dated it to the 13th century, way after Jesus existed.
What's your evidence saying that it's not like? What do you mean?
I can pull up the study for you. I mean, I can't believe I have to do the research for you. I can't believe this. This is really pathetic, man.
What do you believe is your purpose in life? How does your life have meaning to it?
My purpose is most definitely not to worship a magic muffin man forever, like a mindless bot. That's definitely not my purpose.
I'm asking you what it is. I didn't ask you what it's not.
I don't know. I'll figure it out as I live my life, because that's what purpose is. I live my life, and
So you can die and go nowhere.
Purpose comes out of me. I can produce purpose. I can make purpose. I'm not giving it like a slave. I can make it. That's the beauty of purpose. That's the beauty of a life without God.
What is your purpose?
To live, learn, and love.
To live. What is love?
A chemical process that happens in our brains. It's a very amazing thing.
But what you're saying is, if it's just a chemical process, and you love based on chemicals in your brain, what's the point of it? What's the point of anything, really? Why do you I'm surprised that people like you are able to live their lives and not be majorly depressed and not want to give up on life within itself. I don't see how the people like you don't just commit suicide because you feel there's absolutely nothing to live for, because there's nothing to die for either. There's literally nothing. Right. If you really look at it from your perspective, that's why I'm sorry. I mean, I guess I have to say, I have to give you kudos on that, because obviously you're a strong person to be able to live that way and feel like there's absolutely no reason for life itself, really, other than to just live.
My family gives me purpose, man. When I look at my friends and my family, that makes me go, wow, I'm here for a reason, to help them. I want to help my family. That's my purpose. I see people like you who are confused, don't know science. I'm here to help you. That's my purpose, to help other people.
But it doesn't sound like it's coming from a place of love.
Hold on. I don't have to sit here and wait for a magic man to tell me your purpose is to worship me. That's pathetic. What's your purpose if there's a God? There is no purpose with a God.
That's not even how it works.
My own purpose. I can learn about quantum mechanics, particles in superposition, being in multiple states at one time. I can learn about the Big Bang. I can learn about time and how time changes as we move faster through space and with more gravity. I can learn about black holes, entities millions of light years away that are so gravitationally intensive they can pull in light from stars. That's amazing. I can learn about the Earth and how the Earth formed from planetary disks. I can understand this. I'm conscious, I'm aware, I'm breathing, I'm alive, and I can love. And it doesn't matter in which the medium which I'm loving in, the experience is still there. I can still experience this life. I can still love regardless of the medium I am loving in. It is still an experience that is intensely real, with or without God.
I will 100% give you credit on the scientific knowledge that you've possessed over time with your learning and everything. I will give you 100% credit on that. That's great. That's lovely. That's awesome. But what I'm trying to say is maybe you just haven't actually studied the Bible enough, because from what you're saying, it sounds like you have a lot of misconceptions, and also mistaken ideas of who God is and what he is actually, because if you actually look into the Bible, it's actually the greatest commandment is to love. I know there was a lot that happened in the Old Testament.
Let's take a look at the Bible. Let's take a look at the Bible here.
Old Testament anymore, because if you understood the Bible and you knew what the new covenant was, you wouldn't be looking at the Old Testament to bring up the things that God did in the Old Testament.
Let's take a look at this Bible here. You have this great author. Who authored the Bible? God, right?
Well, it was humans. Like God used the humans. So basically, his spirit dwelt in those people, and he gave them knowledge. If that makes sense.
So when the Bible says in Leviticus 20:13 that we can kill people that are gay,
that's what I'm saying. You're referring to the Old Testament. And I said if you understood the new covenant, you wouldn't be referring back to the Old Testament.
Is that a good law? Is that God's law though?
What was the question? The law for what? I'm sorry.
Leviticus 20:13, is that God's law?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so in scripture, there are a lot of
Answer
old,
the question directly. Is it God's law or not?
everything that's in there that God says is a law is God's law.
Great. So your God commanded people to murder in Leviticus 20:13.
Now, there are the 10 commandments. If God did tell one person to murder somebody back then or whatever, it's a totally different. See, that's what I'm trying to get at. The new covenant.
Wait, what do you mean it's different? I thought your God was objectively good.
He is.
So why are there different moralities for different?
Why
are there different moralities for different people?
To understand what was happening back then, you'd actually have to read the whole Bible and actually look at it.
Ma'am, can you answer the question directly? Why do you have different moralities for different people?
We don't.
Then what? Okay, great. So the old covenant persists, right?
No. So back in the day, back in the Old Testament,
different morality for different people.
Back in the Old Testament, it says eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, correct? Right? If you know anything about the Bible. But in the New Testament, it doesn't say that anymore. It tells you to love others. It tells you to be kind to others.
It tells you to silence women. Timothy 2:12 is in the New Testament, and it tells you to silence women.
Jesus, you said silence? I thought you said stone.
It says, whoa, ma'am, do you think it's okay to silence a woman, that women should be silent in churches? Do you think so?
No.
Then your God, then you disagree with your God then, because Timothy 2:12 says women can't speak in churches. This is the New Testament.
Right. Well, I have to help you. Okay, I know you believe in evolution, correct? Well, just as much as time evolved,
why are you pivoting so badly? Why are you pivoting so badly? This is terrible.
I'm trying to get to my point.
It's obvious you're pivoting because you can't answer.
I don't believe in that women should be silent in churches, but I have to say things have changed since then. The Bible still exists. The Bible still is truth.
Whose morality did it change? Not God's, because God's morality doesn't change, right?
It's not about the morality. There are many women prophets in the Bible that were allowed to speak. That is one scripture that you're taking.
But your God wouldn't allow it, though. Your God would commend that.
He didn't. God. Okay. There are many different books with many different writers. God influenced all of them, but they're still human in a certain aspect.
It doesn't matter, man. I'm asking you a question. Your God allows murder. It allows SA. Your God allows it in Leviticus and Exodus. Your God literally allows children to be sold. That's disgusting.
Did you just say sexual abuse?
Yes. Exodus 21:7. Absolutely. This is your Bible. Have you read it? Wait, you haven't read your Bible, ma'am? What's funny to me is that these people come up here pretending as if they have some objective truth. They pretend that they have all the moral answers, all the answers to purpose, all the answers to science and facts about reality. But when we question them if we dive a little bit deeper into their beliefs, it collapses. It's like they're building a house on cards. It's going to collapse. A little wind will blow it away. The same applies to Christianity. It's built upon sand.
What's up?
Hey, what do you got?
You remember the other night you were talking, this same subject was up, and you referenced 2 Chronicles chapter 15. You said God tells people, or God's going to put you to death if you're not seeking him.
Right.
You believe that's what it says?
Yes, sir. That's what it literally says. Now, do you have an argument for God or not?
Well, I just wanted to point out how retarded you are. You don't actually look at what you criticize. You don't know shit about it. If you read chapter 15, which takes 3 minutes, you would see that you're wrong. And that's actually the government of Israel saying that they will kill their people if they're not seeking God.
Yeah, and that's wrong. Do you agree?
That's not God. And you didn't know that, which means you're fucking stupid.
Well, sir,
And
Deuteronomy.
you're disingenuous and you don't research what you say.
Stop. I never said it was God's law. Number one, I never said
You
that.
did say,
Number
you just
two.
confirmed that you said God said that.
Sir, listen. How do you feel about Leviticus 20:13? How do you feel about Leviticus 20:27?
How do you feel about not
Exodus
knowing what you
21:15?
criticize? How do you feel about not educating yourself?
How do you feel about all the other verses that command murder? How about that? And by the way, that's not the only verse. There are many verses which God allows you to kill. God kills babies in a flood.
Hey,
What do
can
you
you
got?
hear me? All right, so I actually kind of like starting off on Darwinism. I know you probably hear that a lot. So, can you hear me?
Yeah. What do you got?
Oh, all right. Yeah. So I would just like to talk to you a little bit about kind of where I was listening to the I believe it was a lady who brought it up before me. She was kind of stating something that does hold a little weight as far as finding remains of. I prefer to go through finding remains of, things in between what we may have had genetic relation to and what we have become now. I think that you'll find that
Sir,
so many people.
Stop. What is your argument for God?
Well, I'm starting with evolution and disproving the theory of evolution. That's what it would be.
Evolution's a fact. You're not going to
Okay.
disprove it. You can't disprove it. It's a fact. It happens.
Well, it's in the name that it's a theory. It's theorized.
No.
Okay.
No. Evolution is
Okay.
a fact. There is no such thing as a theory of evolution.
And what exactly? Well, that's actually what it's titled as. In
No,
textbooks
it's
that
not.
they teach
No,
the
it's not.
children.
It's actually titled Theory of Evolution via Natural Selection. Natural selection is a theory, not
No,
evolution.
natural selection is actually true and 100%. I believe in natural selection.
It's a truth and it's a
That
theory.
Animals with
It's a
certain
fact and a theory.
mutations.
Sir,
That animals with certain
sir,
mutations. Okay.
Sir,
Well, it can be your turn right now, and then I'll talk after.
listen. Evolution's a fact. Now, what is your argument for God?
Okay, well, I'm going to go back to saying what I was stating. And so natural selection is true and factual. That does happen when animals are put into positions where a mutation or an attribute that they have.
What is the argument?
survives.
What is your argument for God?
Are you
What
not
is
a
your
man of
argument for God?
science? Is that not what you claim?
What?
So
There's no such thing as a man of science. I'm asking you for
You're
evidence of a
someone who
God.
believes in
Give
science.
me, sir. Give
Can
me
you
evi-
listen to
give me
English? Do
evidence
you
of-
understand
give me evidence-
English?
Sir, give me evidence of God, please. Or go away.
Well, for one, I'm starting at evolution, and if you can't beat me at it, then that's fine. And I think you should.
You haven't given
really
an argument
own
yet.
up to it.
There's nothing to beat. You have no argument.
That it's a theory and one entirely unprovable. There's nobody's. Do you
Yes, we
realize
do.
that?
Okay, sir.
Lucy,
We have.
like Lucy,
Okay, sir.
the half
Sir.
human thing.
Sir, listen. How do you explain chromosome 2 if evolution's not true?
Our chromosomes are actually fused together, and nobody knows how they became fused together. You should
It's
research it a
called
little bit.
chemical fusion, sir. That's how it happens.
You should research
This is
it.
something we observe in our DNA. We know it
But
because
that's a
it's
totally
fusion
different thing
that
than
we
what I'm
observe in
referring
our-
to.
Sir,
I would
how
like to
do you
stay on
explain-
track for
sir,
myself, though.
Sir, how do you explain all the fossils in the fossil record that demonstrate all the intermediate species between us and the chimpanzee ancestors about 6 million years ago?
There aren't actually all sorts of them, and
That's
they
a claim,
don't
sir.
have.
Give me
They will
evidence.
find
Give me
thousands
evidence,
and
sir.
thousands of bodies.
Stop.
Do you realize
Sir,
that?
stop. Give me evidence that there are no fossils.
Okay.
Do you
All
have
right.
the evidence that there's no fossils?
Well, that there's no fossils, or that there's not a large amount of fossils.
We don't need
Sure,
a
they
large
can
amount.
Do you realize what's in museums is all that is not actual fossil
Oh my
evidence.
gosh, sir. Stop. Fossils in
Okay.
museums.
Well, would you like? Well, let's
Oh
go.
my
We can
God.
move.
Okay. All right. Fossils in museums are Of course they're not going to be real because real fossils are rare and they're expensive. More importantly, we have the fossils in labs and we know we've done tests on them and we know that they are our ancestors. Evolution is a fact. We can observe evolution in our DNA. We've done experiments like Robert Lenski's experiment in the 1990s, where he took a species of E. coli and he saw them speciate into different species. That is evolution happening in front of our eyes. So either give me evidence of a God or go away. Come on, sir, please unmute yourself, sir. Hurry up. Come on, sir, please unmute yourself.
Sorry about that, man. That's my bad. I didn't realize I did that. So let's move topics for you, since you're not gonna talk about that one.
No,
Commonly.
are you going to pivot now? I want to talk about it. Are you going to pivot?
You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Well, what I asked you a question while you were talking. What exactly is it? The reason that we have so few fossils. What
Because
exactly
they're
would that
hard to-
reason be?
Because they're hard to come by, sir. Not everything fossilizes. You need specific conditions for fossilization to occur, sir. Now, what is
Okay.
your argument against evolution? Where's the evidence against evolution?
Because evolution, for one, would be currently occurring
It is.
to
It
some
is. It is.
species.
It is. It
What
is.
species?
Every species. Evolution
species?
happens in us right now. We are evolving phenotypically. We're adapting to different lactase enzymes, for example. We have many adaptations that have happened recently, sir.
Yes, but in evolution, to evolve, it would be a mutation that changes us, and the benefit of that mutation makes those specific mutated people or animals survive.
Yes.
So that's
It's
not what's
finished to
occurring.
survive, Win. What is
It's
your
not what's
argument,
occurring.
sir? Give us
And what you
give
said.
us, sir. Give me evidence against evolution or go away.
Okay. Well, I just did. I'm telling you the lack of fossilized evidence is my
How?
argument
How is
against
that-
evolution.
How is a lack of fossils evidence against evolution?
Because you have nothing to prove it or back it up. It's literally called the theory of evolution. They never came out. Mainstream science never came out and said, "Yep, this is it, 100%."
Again, evolution is a proven fact. Again, we have the fossil record. We have lab experiments. We wouldn't have vaccines if evolution wasn't true, sir. I'm asking you for the last time.
And how do you come about that,
sir?
And how do you come about that? That
Because
vaccines.
viruses mutate, sir. Do you know what different strands of different viruses mean? They mutate.
Yeah.
That is adaptation. That is evolution. Now, please give me a peer-reviewed source that demonstrates evolution doesn't happen or go away.
Okay. Well, do you want to move on? Can I move on to another topic?
Is it going to be evidence for God?
Sure. Absolutely.
What is it?
And I think this is good evidence for God. That 35, the Bible was written by 35 different collective authors. And the Bible has got on to predict over 47 made 47 future predictions. And I could look them up and go through all these predictions that it has made if you'd like to have that argument. I'd love to go through them.
Give me your best prediction. By the way, there are no prophecies in the Bible. That's garbage. There's not a single prophecy in the Bible. But go ahead and give us the supposed prophecy.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know it?
No, not off the top of my head. I don't sit around and memorize this,
Okay.
but-
So how about this? Go search Google for your stupid thing and then come back, okay? Let me look the prophecies on Google. Hey, what do you got?
Hey, how are you?
Great. What's your argument for God?
I mean, I don't really know if it's considered as an argument. I don't really consider myself as a very religious person.
Okay, great. So what's your argument for God? Do you have it or no?
Give me just a second, because I feel like you're coming off a little.
Too late. Next.
Why
Hey,
do
what
you
do
do
you
this? Why do you do this every day, man? You don't have anything better to do, right?
Because people are voting against rights that affect my life, and your dumb beliefs affect my life negatively. And if I don't speak up, who will? If people like you don't understand even evolution, who will speak up? If you don't understand science, who will speak up? If you don't understand climate change, if you don't understand these big issues that affect our society, who will speak up? Nobody will if you don't understand it. That's why I'm here. People are becoming illiterate in science, and that is negatively affecting our world. The better question is, why are you not asking questions? Hey, what do you got?
Hey, I just think that it's kind of rude that you keep defying a religion.
Religion is even ruder than me, right? I'd rather be rude than ignorant and toxic, like your religion is. Your religion is not only rude, but it's toxic and violent and harming our world. And by the way, it's not personal. It's not rude to you. I'm not rude to you. It's to your belief, right? And don't take it personally. It's not personal. It's logical. Every time I debate, I think of the people who are kicked out of their homes for being atheist or being LGBT. I think
Bro,
about people who are suffering because of religion.
can you hear me?
Yeah, what do you got?
Yeah, you're actually retarded as fuck. Like, I'm actually good off you. Like, you have no IQ. You can't even prove.
So give us your argument. So give us your best argument.
What's your argument for evolution? Like, what's your argument for that? How is it true?
Oh, sure. We have the fossil record, we have DNA evidence, and we have the lab experiments like Robert Linsky's in the 1990s, where he
Okay,
demonstrated.
and what does that prove? So that proves that humans start off as monkeys, and then we translate to where we are now? What does that prove?
No, see, you don't understand evolution.
No, because that's not proven fact. It's a theory.
It is.
You know what a
No.
theory is, right? That's a
No.
theory. That's not a proven fact.
Okay, evolution is a fact. It really happens. A theory in
No, it's
science.
not.
In
It's not a fact.
science, a
Because
theory
if evolution was a fact, the monkeys, we wouldn't have.
Evolution is a fact. It doesn't mean that we come from monkeys. It doesn't mean that we're going to turn into monkeys. Evolution is a fact. We can observe it in our DNA. It doesn't take a day to happen. It takes many generations to see the results of. The point is that a theory in science is not just a random idea. In science, a theory is a well-based, evidence-based explanation. So calling it a theory does not mean it's false at all. It doesn't mean it's false. A theory, by the way, God isn't even a hypothesis, let alone a fucking theory. God isn't even a hypothesis. God isn't even defined. So, before you come up here and pretend you know everything and that I'm dumb because you believe in a magic man who died on a stick for no reason, please understand the science. I'm going to give you one chance to come back and redeem yourself. If you can't do this, you're going to go bye-bye. Hello? Oh, okay. You left. Easy. Bye-bye. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. All right. So you keep talking about the science. So what's your degree in?
Geoscience.
All right, I'm a chemical engineer. So can you explain to me how a Big Bang can create human life?
Oh my gosh, you're a chemical engineer and you don't even understand cosmology on the most basic fucking level?
Cosmology? Well, you
Wait,
explain it to me.
do you know what cosmology is?
Cosmology is not chemical engineering.
So you don't know what cosmology is?
About the what you claimed a bunch of gases combining together to create humans.
No, that's not what the Big Bang means. Okay, let me explain it to you.
What do you do for work? What do you do for work?
Okay. whatever you do, it's definitely not important, and definitely I don't want your
Oh, okay.
chemicals.
Oh,
Whatever chemicals
okay.
you're making,
What
I
I
don't
do
want
is
them
not
because they
important.
probably
So
don't fucking
what
work.
do you do for work?
Your mom. Okay. So when it comes to the Big Bang is an expansion of pre-existing space-time. That's it. It doesn't mean that they make humans. It doesn't mean there's a big explosion and then we come out like, you know, Vin Diesel in the Fast and Furious. It means we evolve through time. The material that existed in the universe changes slowly into who we are today through a process of chemical evolution. Life is a chemical process. It's not Jesus. It's not God. So please give a piece of data that demonstrates your God exists or go away. Please.
Sorry, so you said we came from materials, right? So what materials are you talking about?
Quark, gluon, plasma, which then over time as the universe expanded
Where did that
became
come from?
neutrons and protons. What?
Where did that come from?
Oh my gosh, it could have always existed.
How?
How not? Why not?
Why couldn't God exist?
God's ill-defined, and there's no evidence for God.
So is what you just said existed.
Well, what I said exists is something we can observe and understand and test for, sir. It's called a quark gluon plasma. Now, where's your evidence of a God?
Say that again? It's called what?
It's called a quark gluon plasma. Now, where's your evidence for
so
God?
you're going to act like that's just a common term, right?
Well,
that I've never heard
it
of.
is common, sir, if you just
No,
understood
it's
some
not.
fucking science, which you don't.
It's
So
not common.
this is your last chance, sir, to give me evidence
Define
of
that.
God or go away.
Can you define that?
Yes, sir. It's the superparticles that are high energy. It's a high energy
Super
radiation.
particles that are higher energy.
Yes. Now, what is your evidence for God?
So what are the particles made out of? What
They're
material?
not made of anything, sir. They're particles. They're
not.
particles themselves.
So you're talking about particles that are nothing.
No, they're made.
That's
they
what
are
you
particles
literally just said.
themselves, sir. They're made of.
They're
talking
made
about
of
quarks.
themselves.
Sir, listen.
What does that mean?
Listen,
Dude,
quarks.
you
quarks.
have no idea what you're
Oh
fucking
my
talking.
God! If you just let me speak. Quarks are the most fundamental particles we know of. That's why we use them in the Big Bang Lambda model. Now, just because we don't know everything about the universe, and I agree, we don't know everything about the universe. We don't have all the answers, but guess who doesn't either? You. So stop pretending as if you have all the answers, because you don't either. Saying God done did it is not an answer, right? So I'm asking for evidence of a God. I'm open to there being a God if you can give me evidence, if you can prove me wrong. But please don't sit up here and ask me about the scientific things that are not relevant to the topic at hand.
And I would agree with that. We both don't know anything, but
great. So where's your evidence? So where's your evidence?
We both don't know.
So where's the evidence?
I would say the liver, for example. Can you explain to me? You said particles.
The liver, guys. You guys hear that? Livers equals God. Yay, the liver.
Yo, hello.
What do you got?
All right, so first, I want to ask, like, what do you believe in?
How old are you?
18.
Okay, what is your argument for God?
Well, actually, no, there is no argument for God because he wants.
Okay. Easy for me. Next. Hey, what do you got?
Yeah. So that was your relevant question earlier. So I believe in God, and I know you are giving answers regarding science and things like that. But my view is you cannot compare something.
Stop. I don't, sir. I don't give a shit about your view. I want evidence of a God. If not, go away.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, what do you got?
Hello. I feel like God is real because how would you be able to explain like the people who had near-death experiences and they seen heaven? Like, how would you be able to explain that?
Brain farts, hallucinations, dreams. That's it. There's no reason why God has to be in our dreams or be in our fucking.
But what about the people who, you know, seeing their bodies, like they seeing the doctors working on their bodies?
Yeah, it's called hallucinations, and we can actually we have actually done many studies on this. We've done studies on out of body experiences, and we can actually induce them in people by messing with their brain chemistry. Right? We can give them DMT, we can give them all kinds of hallucinogens that bring about these out of body experiences where they see themselves above their heads. This is nothing more than a hallucination, and there's no evidence that they're actually outside of their bodies. All the evidence suggests that they are just hallucinations and nothing more.
I feel like it's more than just hallucination.
Well, I'm
Hallucinations
sorry, ma'am.
because
I don't give a shit what you feel. Where's your evidence for God?
okay, you don't gotta curse or anything. I'm being very respectful. I'm just trying to state my, you know, my opinion.
I'm being very respectful too, ma'am.
Actually, sir, you're very not, because her husband is
Oh,
standing right here,
I
and
don't give
you're
a
not.
shit.
So,
I don't give a shit, sir. I want evidence of a God. If not, you can go away.
Well, I'm gonna pray for you regardless,
And
and
I'm gonna watch grass grow for
still
you.
love you as a human.
I'm
Listen,
gonna watch grass grow for you.
you said you gonna watch what?
Oh, I thought we were renaming things that don't do anything. Prayer doesn't
Well,
do anything, ma'am. I'm asking for evidence of a God. If you don't have it, you can go away.
well, I was just trying to tell you to explain that to me, and you bringing up hallucinations. I feel like they don't got nothing to do with
I don't
people.
give a shit what you think. Give evidence of a God.
All right, I'm off this kid. God bless
Okay,
you.
good.
God
Good.
bless.
Then go away. Go away. Because people like you can vote. I'm aggressive because religion is regressive.
Hi. I'm 18. I'm sorry if I sound little. I just had a question of
I don't want your questions. Give an argument or go away.
do you believe in parallel universe?
Stop with the questions. I don't care what you feel. I don't care what your mama says or your hubby says. I want evidence of a God. If you don't have it, please don't vote against my rights because of your stupid belief. Hey, what do you got? This ought to be good. Dreamwalker.
Hello.
Hey, what's your evidence?
There is several studies, scientific studies,
Okay, that what?
that Jesus does exist, that he was born, that he was a man.
I don't care about a guy who died on a stick. I want evidence of a God.
I mean, like God, the creator that created the earth, the sun, the sky, the trees.
Yeah. Where's your evidence for that garbage?
Well, I don't believe it's garbage, but you don't care about beliefs, so.
Right. So where's your evidence for it?
Well, we're living it. You live on the planet that he created, therefore that's evidence.
How do you know he created it?
Because if you read the Bible, it states right in the Bible
And
that
if you read Harry
the
Potter, it states
apostles,
right in the book that Harry Potter's a wizard. It's right there in
that's
the book, man. It says Harry Potter rode on a magic broomstick.
and if you look at the cover, if you
In
open
fact, the
the
hat says that there's a
if you open the
walking cat
book,
that has a big hat.
if you open a book, if you've ever opened a book,
Ma'am,
and
you
you
haven't
read the
even
first
opened up
part
your
where it
mind.
says
You haven't even
fiction
read
in Harry
science.
Potter, where it says fiction in the Harry Potter,
All right, I can't. I can't. He's a wizard, Harry. You're a wizard, Harry. Guys, just because a book says something doesn't make it true. Hey, what do you got?
I do, bro.
What do you got?
Let me see. No, I'm give me 1 sec. I didn't realize I can do the camera then. Oh, cool. What's up, bro? How you doing?
What is your
How's your day
argument?
going?
What is your argument?
No, my argument's nothing much. She had kind of a point though, and that, to a point, if you think about it, dude, that if you look at the way how we are right now, you know, just being in general, like on Earth in general, like talking through a phone, like we literally, like, our intelligence alone is ridiculous. Like, I
Yeah,
already
we're
hit this
so
thing. All right.
intelligent that we're destroying our planet. We're so intelligent that we're killing each other. We're so intelligent that we can't even perform an economy correctly or a society correctly.
No,
There's still racism. There's still
it's
scientific
just
literacy. There are people still starving to death because we don't know how to feed them. There are people that are homeless because we don't know how to home them. We are not intelligent by any means, sir. Intelligence is
That's based on
subjective.
evil, bro.
Intelligence is
That's
subjective.
free will.
I'm asking you for
It's free will.
evidence of a God.
Yeah, no, it's free will, dude. There's tons of evidence of God.
Where?
Like, people believe in
Where's
Muslim,
your
Quran,
evidence for this
Muhammad.
magic man with a broomstick and a wand?
Okay, so you want evidence, and normally for evidence would be like faith. So faith is a big thing when it comes
No,
to
it's not a
something.
big
Like,
thing.
so
It's a
basically,
stupid thing. Faith is a stupid, useless thing. Faith is
okay,
bad because it doesn't
do you
get you to
believe
reliable conclusions.
everything's
I
100%?
can. All right. Have a good day. I can have faith that you're wrong. Now, who's right? We're back at square one. Faith is useless. It's unfalsifiable. It's believing with no evidence. That's why faith is bad. Why don't we use faith to build phones? Because it doesn't work. We use science to build phones. We use science to build technology, not faith.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
Hi, just wanted to say that you like all for giving questions to other people, but you don't take questions.
Yeah, because there's no question I need to answer for you to give me evidence of a God. Do you have evidence of a God or not before I kick you?
No, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay. We can tell. That's all you got because you actually don't have any evidence. Nobody does. Hey, what do you got?
I got on this. Well, I am a miracle baby. I actually was not supposed to be alive. I was supposed the doctor says I was not supposed to live through 3, and I'm 30 years old and I'm still kicking. And let me tell you why. Because I had brain injury, I was premature, and I was so many reasons why I shouldn't be around.
Great. That's very good, man. I'm proud of you, man. Appreciate you. Hey, what do you got?
Oh man. So before I give you my my evidence, I want to ask you what in your book is considered like enough proof for you to believe. And this just has to do with you, your personal opinion. What do you have to have? You want a picture, a video, him to step foot in front of you? What do you want?
Anything.
You want anything? Okay, so if you're going to give me the run for anything, I just want you to hear me out, okay?
No. So, when I say anything, I mean anything that counts as evidence.
Yes,
Not
and
just, I saw him in my toilet. I'm asking for evidence that is falsifiable, repeatable, testable evidence. That's evidence.
Perfect.
Not
Anything
just,
that will hold up in court. Anything that'll hold up in court.
No, we are not in a courtroom, sir. This is called the empirical world. This is called reality. So
if you want to talk reality, that makes it even better for me. Okay, so will you currently, as an atheist and a vegan, die right now? Die for what you believe in?
I don't believe in anything, sir. That's stupid.
That's the point. Yeah, not believing in anything is believing in something. Just listen. Like, I don't want you to just cut me out.
I lack a belief. I lack a belief in God.
Okay.
I don't believe in
will
God.
you die with lack of belief in God? Will you die saying God isn't real?
What does that even mean? That's stupid.
Right now, a gun held to your head, and they say, "Will you die with the belief that God isn't real?"
No,
yes.
I wouldn't kill myself, sir. That's stupid. What's your point?
Okay, so you won't kill yourself. Here's the thing. There's proven in historical manuscripts, over 36,000 manuscripts that are first accounts on historical context books that kids grow up in their history books reading about. Thousands of people died, went through tortures, horrible death, Roman crucifixions. You're like, oh, Jesus in the Bible was not the only person that was crucified.
Sir, can you get to the point?
Thousands of people in the point I'm trying to make died horrible deaths because they said, no one can tell me otherwise. I saw this man walk. We went to his site where he was hung dead and bloody. The earth did quake, and you can kill me over it. I'm not dying.
Great. So where's your source that says this in the Bible?
I just told you. Look up any historical manuscripts.
No. Where is the particular source that demonstrates this in the Bible?
Mark.
What verse?
The book of Mark. Read it. It's the life of Jesus.
No. The book of Mark is a gospel that was.
No. Look, the book of Mark.
No. Stop. The book of Mark was written 30, 40 years after Jesus died. That is not an eyewitness account, and no historian would agree with you on that garbage. That's stupid. Again, I'm asking for an eyewitness account of the resurrection in the Bible. Do you have it? If not, you're going to go bye-bye.
Look. Any gospel, don't be aggressive. Look, any gospel is a first account documentation of the.
Prove it.
It's a common fact, sir.
Prove it. If it's fact, you can prove it.
Okay, let me. You give me time to go to my computer. I'm sitting in my bed.
Oh, you got to type in Google.
I'm not going to go to Google. I'm going to go to I have historical manuscripts saved on here.
Eyewitness accounts.
So do you believe you're a vegan? So that means you're a man of. So you believe in the world? You believe the world just came to be a world?
No, the universe could have always existed. Do you think God came here from nowhere? You think God just pooped into existence?
Here's the thing.
It's the same question you're asking me. It's a stupid question.
Do you believe that King Caesar lived?
Yeah, we have coins. We have we have actual archaeological evidence of him. We actually have pieces of data that demonstrate.
How do you not believe in the book?
We have no evidence of a God.
There is historical facts that the man that named Jesus Christ walked the earth.
I don't care about a guy who died on a stick, sir. Your Bible says, sir, hold on. Your book of fables also says that donkeys can talk, that snakes can talk, that there are giants.
Let's not talk about this. Okay, listen, let's not talk about the religious part of it. Just look at it.
None of that shit is real.
Mr. Mike, look at it as a historical book.
The Bible, no, it is not historical. It is mythological.
You saying that is very arrogant because
great. So do you think donkeys can talk?
Atheists believe that the man named Jesus Christ.
Listen. Do you think donkeys can talk?
Do I think donkeys can talk? Okay, if you cannot take one part of the Bible.
Oh, so it's not historical now because it didn't happen.
Okay. You said Harry Potter. I was listening. You said Harry Potter was comparable to
sir,
the Bible.
Can you stay on track, sir? The Bible when the Bible says
if we're gonna stay on track. If we're gonna stay on track, we're gonna side note what you said earlier.
When the Bible says donkeys can talk, and that Adam was 900 years old, and that an old guy built a big fucking boat with all the animals that traversed across the oceans to fucking Turkey, and all the penguins swam all the way to Antarctica. How is this fucking historical? That is a joke. The Bible is not historical. It is mythological at best.
Okay. If we're talking about nonfiction, you just want to stay on nonfiction, things that actually happened. People that write nonfiction books use metaphors, right? Here's the thing. People study theology for their whole lives to decipher between metaphors and the truth.
Oh, so what you're going to say that everything wrong in the Bible is a metaphor? That's
not what I'm saying. I'm telling you. Can we just look at one of the Gospels you pick? Because you obviously know each one. Look at one of the Gospels.
Hold on. Is when Jesus walked on water, was that a metaphor?
Oh my gosh, no, it actually wasn't.
How do you know?
How do I know? Look, I don't think any of the things that you're bringing up here are metaphors. But if I told you that donkeys could talk, you're gonna be like, oh no, they don't. So what I wanted to get on the same plane.
I'm asking you a question. How do you distinguish a metaphor in the Bible from a non-metaphor.
That's why there are theologians. That's why there are theologians. That's why people go to.
How do you do it? How do you do it?
Look,
How do you
okay,
do it?
why
How
are
do
we
you do
off
it?
topic? Look,
How do
look,
you do
look,
it?
look,
How do
Mr.
you
Mike.
do it? How do they do it?
Okay, they pull up other sources that are not religious. Like I was trying to tell you.
Like what?
Look, all
Like
right, look.
what?
Let me get back on
Like
topic.
what?
Look,
Like what? Like what?
religious
Like what?
manuscripts.
Like what?
They cross-reference them to other first-hand accounts. That's
Like
the
what? Like
entire
what?
point of what I'm trying to make.
Give the example.
Okay, Plato. Do you believe that Plato was a philosopher?
Sir, if you're not going to stay on track, you're going to go bye-bye, right?
You
Give a
took me
piece of
completely
data
off track.
that Jesus walked on water and that it's not a metaphor. And that, by the way, that your God's not a metaphor.
Okay.
Thank
Do you think so? You're telling me that you think that Jesus turning water into wine was a metaphor?
It fucking sounds like one. It sounds like a Harry Potter story.
So you're gonna take all 4 gospels where that is included. So you're gonna tell me that when Jesus, you're telling me that when Jesus took bread and fish and he feed thousands, just a few bread and fish, you think that's a metaphor?
Oh, that's garbage. Yes, it is a metaphor.
That isn't
How
all.
did that even happen?
That is a miracle that is recorded into all 4 gospels that are cross-referenced into
Oh,
other atheist texts. Other
it's from the same book. It's you're taking the same book and you're going, oh, that's the evidence. It's the same fucking book.
No, it's not. I'm trying to tell you this.
That's like taking a piece of Harry Potter, the ending.
I don't think you know what you believe in, sir. You don't know what you believe in.
Story.
Look, okay, listen. All I'm trying to say is you're an atheist saying that Jesus never walked the earth.
That doesn't make sense. I never said that. Number one. Number two,
you
I don't care.
You did say that. Read the comments. I'm gonna have a bunch of comments that are about a flood. Mike, you said that. Mike,
I don't care about the comments, sir.
Mike, you said that because you
stay
did.
on track to the argument. What is the evidence that God exists?
I guess no one can prove to you because I tried to start my conversation off with.
You're right, and they never will, because God doesn't exist. Next. Hey, what do you got? Keep tapping, guys. Keep tapping. Let's get to 200K.
Hi, how you doing tonight?
Tired. What do you got?
I wanted to ask you a question. I apologize. I'm just now joining your live, so if you've answered this question, I apologize if I'm being redundant. But I wanted to know, why do you feel that God is imaginary?
There's no evidence. Do you have any?
So I do. So I was wondering, do you accept eyewitness accounts as proof?
Absolutely not. People saw Bigfoot. People claim to see Bigfoot. People claim to see Loch Ness Monster. People claim to see aliens. It doesn't make it any more true.
So, and I thought that was an interesting what you just said, because eyewitness account is accepted when we do things in the court of law. It is eyewitness accounts that people use as proof.
But in the court of law, nobody claims that they're a god who can make the universe and can walk on water and turn water into fucking wine.
No, but in the court of law, eyewitness accounts are deemed as being factual when a person shares their experience.
But we're not in the court. We're not in a courtroom right now, man. We are in reality, where claims that are supernatural require lots of evidence behind them.
Well, in the court of law, are you suggesting that reality is not proven by eyewitness accounts?
No,
that's what our laws are.
The court of law is different because there are certain things that we just can't prove, right? But the point is that if there's enough eyewitness accounts when it comes to people, that have done certain things, then that is evidence in the eyes of the court. But this is not a court. This is reality. So I'm asking you, what is the evidence that God exists in reality?
So I am answering that question. One of the things I was suggesting is that eyewitness accounts or personal experience, but you're rejecting that, deeming it not to be reality. I'll leave that be, but I do want to put out there that eyewitness accounts, if it's deemable in the court of law, then it should also stand in other instances. So if you had someone break into your home and you saw the culprit and you said this person did it, that would be
Listen. When if I claim to you that I saw Santa Claus last night, would you believe me?
If 100 people said they saw a Santa Claus, then then guess what? We would have to investigate that and say, why are 100 people saying the same thing? Either they were on a
That's what I'm doing
or
here. That's what
100
I'm
people
doing
had
here.
the same experience,
I'm asking
correct?
you, how do you? First of all, you don't even have these eyewitness accounts. There are no eyewitness accounts of a God. You have a story that claims there's eyewitness accounts. And more importantly, even if you had eyewitness accounts, how do we know what they actually saw with God and not just something they hallucinated or dreamt of? This is the problem.
And that's wonderful that you brought that up. No, it's wonderful that you brought that up. So let me ask you a question. If a person had an experience with God that was backed up by a proven fact that they could not have made up,
Just give
would
the
it then
evidence.
be?
Just give the evidence of God, please. What is it?
I'm asking you a question to find out if you would accept it because the other fact you said you
No,
wouldn't
just give
accept.
the evidence. I will accept it if it's evidence. What is it?
Okay. So this is what I'm saying to you. If someone had an experience with God and they saw evidence of that in scripture,
What
wait a
is
minute,
the
don't cut off me.
experience?
You
What is
asked
the
me and I'm gonna answer the
experience? What is
question.
the experience?
I'm telling you what it is, but you're cutting across me, so that's probably why you're not hearing it. I am saying that if a person
Stop saying if, just say it. But it's too late. Hey, what do you got?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
That's not gonna work. Next. That ain't gonna work. Hey, what do you got?
Yo, hello.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Matt, what's your argument for God?
Alright, so I've been watching your lives for like a long time, right? And I keep hearing you use this same
Just give
argument
the
that's kind of
argument, sir. Just give the argument or go away. Come on.
Alright, so you say that the Bible is fake because there's talking donkeys and whatever your list is, right? Here's the
Yes.
problem.
Anybody with a
Here's the
brain
problem.
understands the Bible's garbage. What is your evidence for the magic muffin, man?
Let me finish. Hold up. Alright, here's the problem. You're looking at a supernatural event through a natural lens. Obviously, hold up.
You have a supernatural lens. Where is it?
No. That's not
In your
what I'm
imagination?
saying. Now
Is
let
it
me
your
finish.
imagination?
Hold up. Christians believe that donkeys can't talk on their own. And they believe that, let's say you said the ark is impossible, right? We believe that it's impossible. That's why it's called a
No,
miracle.
you
God
don't believe it's
intervenes.
impossible. You
God
think
allows it
God
to
can
happen.
do it because he's a magical wizard who has a magic wand. That's the problem, sir. Everything you're claiming is unfalsifiable. That's why we cannot you cannot demonstrate God exists because you have nothing falsifiable. You have nothing we can test, nothing we can examine, nothing. You have a story in a book of fables. That's it.
That argument is also flawed because then again, absence of proof is not proof of absence.
It is depending on the claim.
It's not.
If I claim to you that in my hand is $1 million, would you? There's no evidence of it, right? Is that evidence that I'm lying?
It's very unlikely.
Am I lying? Exactly. It is unlikely. That is evidence I'm lying. See, the point is when you claim God is all around us, and we look around and there's no evidence of it, that's evidence against what you're saying. The lack of evidence of God is evidence of absence because of the claims you're making about him. So either give evidence of God and stop these stupid cop-outs or go away.
So you agree that your argument is destroyed about how it's all a fairy tale based on talking donkeys? Because
Okay, you obviously cannot track to the argument. Next. Hey, what do you got?
Oh, I was just wondering if so you obviously don't believe in God. Do you believe in any higher, greater power?
Like a rocket ship? Yeah, I believe in rocket ships.
Well, like, do you look up, are you atheist or what?
Yeah. Do you have any evidence of a magic wizard that died for us on a stick?
Well, so Pac-Man had to have a creator, right? The creator of Pac-Man doesn't live in Pac-Man. It is outside of that universe. For us to be here, I feel like there
Right.
has to be a creator.
Right. And that creator, there's somebody outside of the creator. He's called a super creator, and he designed the creator. And then there's somebody beyond the super creator called a super duper creator, and he created the super creator. And then there's somebody beyond the super duper creator, and he's a super duper whooper creator, and he created the super duper creator. We can go on and on forever.
Yeah,
This
see,
is
that's
why the
the
simulation
problem.
never, this is why the simulation argument is a stupid argument. We can stop at the universe. We can stop at the universe, and that's it. We don't need God.
I think for there to be anything, there has to be a creator, and yes, maybe a
Okay,
creator.
great. So then who
Yeah,
created God? Then who created God?
no one, because it has to stop at one point.
Oh, what a special pleading fallacy that is. The universe could have always existed. You don't need a creator. And if there is somebody doing it, well, somebody has to create that too. We can go on and on forever. We don't know. Neither do you.
universe
You have no evidence of a creator. You have no arguments. All you're doing is speculating, which is cute, but not enough.
That's not true. I'm giving facts.
Okay, great. Then what's the facts that demonstrates God exists?
Us, all of us, everything you see, the sky, humans, birds, land, water.
Wow, I see it. I see the water, ma'am. It's all around us. Wow, I see the water. Yeah, unfortunately, this argument's shit because what explains all the water could be something natural. It could be a natural reason why there's water in skies and birds, right? And we have naturalistic explanations for this. You don't need a God. Just because you think there has to be a God doesn't mean there does have to be God. So I'm asking you for the last time, what is the data or evidence that demonstrates God over nature?
Well, I mean, I can say what I've said over and over again, but you're not even going to consider it. So
Okay.
there has
Well,
to be.
keep talking in circles, and I'll get on to the next guest, okay? Because unfortunately, circular logic does not work. Maybe you don't have an evidence for God. Maybe that's why you're harboring a hard time. Hey, what do you got?
Hello.
What do you got?
I mean, are we sure that God, in a sense, couldn't just be an alien race that contributed to the creation of humanity?
Yeah. Next.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what do you got?
I got a lot.
Great. What is it?
All right. First thing is God is spirit, so you can't see God at the moment.
Oh, that's a great cop out. So God is invisible. Can I touch him? Can I touch this spirit?
You can feel the spirit
Oh, how do I feel it?
because right now you're carnal minded. That's why you have to have faith.
Okay. Spirit, I believe in you. Where is it? Where's the feeling? Is it in my tummy?
Because you saying with words only.
Okay, what else do I have to do? A ritual? Do I have to walk around and go humuma muma muma? Do I have to do some ritual dance? What I got to do? How do I see the spirit?
That's what I'm telling you. It's up to you and God.
Oh, so now I have to make up an imaginary friend?
No, that's your opinion.
So then how do we know that you're actually talking to a God and not just yourself?
That's when faith come in hand.
Okay. And what if I have faith that you're wrong?
Well, that's your belief, but that's not God belief.
So then you have no evidence of a God then. All you have is a faith, a belief with no evidence.
Yes.
Do you agree?
That's where it starts from, faith. Like, faith is a substance of
And
things.
why would you want to have faith, sir? Faith is when you believe with no evidence. I can have faith in anything. I can have faith in Snuffleupagus. I can have faith in man. I can have faith in anything I want. It's stupid because it doesn't actually get you to truth in any reliable fashion. It makes you feel good, but it does not give you evidence or truth.
That's what it become a reward when you be faithful to have faith in Him.
Why would you want to have faith? I don't understand this.
Okay, because the Bible said natural man cannot receive the things of God because it's spiritual discern.
And the Bible also says that you can kill somebody for being gay. I don't care what the Bible says. I want evidence of a God.
Oh, just see it like physically?
Anyway.
I told you already, but
okay. Next. It's not going to work for us, unfortunately. I'm not going to have faith. I'm not dishonest.
Hey, before you keep dismissing all these people, I think you need to do the other way around as well. You need to provide the evidence that God is imaginary, because right now you have faith.
Great, no
you
problem.
have faith.
No problem. I'll do it right now.
In your own dismission.
Great. No problem.
The human eye is one of the most intricate pieces of your body. Yet if you didn't have it, right? If you didn't have your eye, you couldn't appreciate anything around you. The smile of a child is evidence of God. The stars in the heavens is evidence of God. All these things that you see around you. And I just have one question, and I'll just listen up. What happened in your life and in your childhood that has brought you to this place?
Listen. My life is perfectly fine. What happened to your life that you have to believe in a magic cosmic space daddy to give you things and make you feel good in your little tummy? That's the problem, sir. The trauma is in religion, not an atheist. More importantly, our eyes are shit. We can't even see a fraction of the light spectrum that's out there. Our eyes are shitty. How about people that are born blind or who have brain or eye disorders? Our immune systems, if they found out we had eyes, they would attack it. That's a stupid design. The eye evolved over many millions of years, and we know this.
Yeah, but do you know that the eye connects? Hold on.
And when it comes to babies smiling, well, just because you feel good about
your eye gets created at the same time. So your brain and your eye is connected at the same time.
Listen.
In the middle.
Listen, sir.
They find each other. The nerve.
Stop. You talked enough. I want evidence of a God, not of an eye.
You need to prove that God.
Stop. The eye evolved. That's a fact. It did not come from God. Why do I have to wear glasses?
When does nothing decide to exist?
Stop. If your God was so intelligent and designed the eye, why do we have to wear glasses to fix our eyesight? Why do we have to wear glasses to fix our eyesight? That's a stupid design. That's stupid. So give evidence of a God. Give evidence of a God or go away.
You are evidence that God exists.
How?
The whole body, your DNA.
How?
The DNA itself.
Okay, great. So what about my DNA is evidence of a God?
All of it. All little pieces of information that come together for a purpose in your life.
No.
There's no.
Okay,
great.
There
is not enough evidence to say that you even came from monkeys.
Hold on.
There's not even enough evidence that say that you came from monkeys.
You have to hold on, sir. This is not how you debate somebody. Hold on. So let's take a look at our DNA. Did you know that DNA causes many mutations that can kill people? Did you know that?
Yeah. Did you know that a lot of those mutations don't get passed on?
Hold on.
They're irregular. They're not natural.
Hold on. So
every new generation loses DNA.
Hold on. Did you know that our DNA causes cancer? So does that mean God caused cancer?
So the sugar.
Sir, no, it's not the sugar, sir. Cancer existed.
Sugar.
Sir, listen. Cancer existed before humans. So it's not the sugar, sir. These are mutations that are
rarely exist
how DNA works.
in
Please listen, sir. Oh my
sugar.
God. This is not how you debate somebody, okay? You don't just go, sugar, 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 sugar. No. DNA is evidence against the God. No intelligent God would ever design such an atrocious, disgusting object as our DNA. Our DNA is flawed. It gives us cancer. It gives us diseases. DNA is shit. It's a stupid molecule. That's all it is. And to pretend as if there's a God because, oh, look, I don't understand it, therefore God, that's a mistake you're making. DNA is evidence against a God. Because no intelligent designer would design such a stupid thing that gives us so many flaws and mutations and disorders. So if you think God designed DNA, you think God designed cancer. Hey, what do you got?
Can
What do you got?
I think that God is, you said God is imaginary. God is imaginary because God is your thoughts.
Great. Have a good day.
God is the beginning and the
You can't just say, well, God at the beginning yet. You have to give evidence for your claims, number one. And number two, thoughts are not God. Thoughts are just electrochemical impulses in the brain. It's not God. But you guys are good at claiming things. You're not good at giving evidence.
Yo. Yeah, I actually agree with you, man. It's funny because I bought this.
Consciousness is just electrochemistry. There's no God behind. There's no God behind our consciousness. It's appealing to look at our consciousness and say, look, there's got to be something more. But unfortunately, there's nothing more that we know of behind our consciousness. It's just chemistry. And for you to say that there's got to be something more, that's a big claim you're making that requires evidence. So if you don't have evidence, you have nothing. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. Thank you for the gifts and all that.
How you doing, sir? I'm enjoying your live tonight. I just followed you. I want you to know I completely agree with you. I believe in two basic.
Guys, please don't come up if you agree. Frankly, I don't care if you agree. I'm not here to get praise. I'm not here to be good. I'm here to be a person who cares about science literacy and critical thinking skills. That's it. Hey, what do you got? Hello? All right, next. You're so rude to people. Well, religion's ruder. Way ruder.
Hey brother, how you doing?
What do you got?
I'm all the way from New Zealand, Aotearoa.
I don't care,
Bottom
sir.
of the...
What is your argument today?
Hey bro, see? That's why God exists. Because you don't care.
Next. So if I don't care about Santa, that means he's real. If I don't care about Santa Claus, he's real. He got me good, guys. I don't care about Harry Potter, that means he's real. That's a great logic. No way, Jose. You left? Damn. Hit the road, Jack, and don't come back. Wait, what do you got? See you later, alligator. Guys, they didn't find the ark. Stop it. And stop saying laminin. It's a fucking molecule. Get over it. It's a molecule. It doesn't mean God exists because there's a molecule that looks like a stick figure. Stop it. Stop with the laminin shit. Limited. Look, it looks like a cross. Do you guys even know what a cross is? It's a torturing device. You worship a torturing device. You are in a blood cult. You worship a guy who spilt his blood for you. That's pathetic. You take credit for his death. He died for me because I'm special. He died for me. That's stupid. That's egotistical. He didn't die for you. He could have. Why did Jesus have to die for you? He could have just made toast for your sins, or I don't know, made cookies for your sins. Like he could have done anything. He didn't have to die for you. That's what a drama queen would do. Oh, I had to die for your sins. That's stupid. He could have just done anything else for that. He could have just waved a magic wand and poof, take away your sins. He could have done that, but he didn't. Instead, he made it as if he was the savior and he's the one saving you, even though he put us in this situation in the first place. Your God stuffed us here. He threw us in this ridiculous world and he said, look, you got to worship me or you're going to burn. That's not love. That's like the Squid Games. That's like a Saw. That's like a jigsaw. That's like Saw 2. Mocking him? You're damn right I'm gonna mock your belief. Because your religion mocks us in the most disgusting ways.
Yo.
Hey, what do you got?
So, tell me how you think God is imaginary in your opinion.
Yeah, your God's too dumb to exist. He makes a universe that is full of dust and darkness and void, and then one little planet, one little speck of dust where we exist, barely surviving. That's stupid. Your God is called all good, but then commits evil acts, and there's evil, and lets evil reign in the world.
Wow.
Problem of evil, divine hiddenness. The lack of evidence is reason to not believe in God. There's no reason to believe in a God.
Hey, what's going on?
What do you got?
So you say that if people believe in God, that He created this world full of wrongness.
Sir,
So
just give us
are
an
you not happy
argument
with the
for
world?
your God existing. Please give evidence that your God exists.
I'm trying to talk to you. You don't debate.
We're debating about God's existence. Do you have
Right,
evidence
and I'm
of
asking
God?
a question. Answer my question.
No, I'm good. Next. The question's irrelevant. Hey, what do you got?
So I'm just like kind of baffled at everything you're saying because it's like you're saying, okay, God exists, but then He created this stupid planet. Like that just doesn't make sense. So it seems like you do believe that He does exist, but you're so caught up in whatever you think.
No. Stop.
Okay, go ahead. Let me let you talk.
I'm putting on your shoes. I'm putting on a Christian's shoes for the sake of the argument. And I'm showing you that internally speaking, your God is a piece of trash.
Okay, why do you think He's a piece of trash? in your
That's all. That's all I'm saying. So give
That's
us
what I'm
evidence that
asking
your
you,
God
right?
and go away,
Like,
please.
why do you think He's a piece of trash? Like, what makes you think He's a piece of trash?
Because he watches people get murdered in S8 and does
That's
nothing to stop it.
That's exactly why, because there is a verse in the Bible says that I can't even. I'm telling you guys these things,
Ma'am,
and you guys cannot
listen,
believe
ma'am,
it. So why
listen.
would I tell you
Listen,
godly things?
ma'am,
Because go ahead.
I would stop a mass murderer. Your God lets it happen and does
But that's
nothing
not
to
how God
change it.
works, though. Because if God's supposed to intervene in everything, that's not God. He is there to guide us. That's why I say you're saying things because you don't know
He
who God
guides
is.
us to what?
to the path that He has created for us. He cannot intervene in every little
So
thing
we're
because it
slaves to your
doesn't make
God. So,
sense.
so what you're saying is that we're slaves to your God. We're supposed
That's
to
not what.
follow the path that He made for us, as if we are some kind of
No,
slave that has to follow everything He says, like a dictatorship.
you
That's
don't have to follow
pathetic, sir.
everything He says.
That's
God is
pathetic.
there for, hey, if
That's
you pray to God
pathetic.
like, hey, God, I need you to help me
That's
with this.
pathetic, ma'am.
He's not
Do
gonna
you
do it
have,
for you, but He's gonna show you the ways to do it.
man? Why? What is the evidence of your God existing?
I've had miracles happen in my life that I literally did not know how it happened. That it happened because I know it was God, because I prayed to
Okay,
God for these
hold
things.
on, hold
And
on,
number
hold on,
two, can
hold
I
on,
talk? You asked
hold
me a
on.
question and I want to talk and you're trying to cut me off.
Guys, this is a debate, not for you to ramble and preach. Firstly, if you say that there is something in the world that happened that I don't understand it, that doesn't mean God did it. If you don't understand how it happened, it doesn't mean God. You need more data than to just go, oh, look, something happened interesting to me. It's got to be this or that. No, you can't do that. We have to look at all the evidence first and then analyze what's the best explanation. God is never the best explanation for anything.
Yo,
What do you got?
can you do you debate agnostics or no? Do you just do straight religious folk?
Hello?
Hey, what do you got?
Yes, I have an issue argument in the fact that you think that we're meant to be able to understand God. And
No, sir. Give me evidence of your God, or you're going to go bye-bye. Which one?
You're a dumb fuck.
Says the one who believes in talking donkeys and talking snakes. Hey, what do you got? It's easy to call me names. It's hard to prove me wrong. Keep tapping, guys. Let's get people back up here. We lost a lot of people. Hey, what do you got?
Hey man, can you hear me?
Unfortunately. What?
Unfortunately, no. I'm here to say that you're doing like what people would say God's work. You know what I'm saying, bro? Keep doing you, bro.
What?
Can you hear me? Hello.
What do you got?
You can hear me?
Yes. What?
All right. I just wanted to say to all of y'all, I'd probably get off of here. This guy's blasphemy. That's all it is. That's what God is real, definitely, buddy.
Jesus is gonna
You're just
cry.
you're just debating with people, bro, but you're not even debating.
I'm blaspheming. Oh, you better speak my hiney, God. Bad Mikey. I'm sorry, but beliefs like yours deserve blaspheming because they are disgusting. They're bad. They're regressive, and they are anti-human. Your God thinks that I should be burning. That's blasphemous. Your God is blasphemous.
You shouldn't.
So I want you to show me one time what you just said. You said that God wants you to burn. Show me in the Bible where it says that God wants you to. He wants you to burn. Does it not say in the Bible?
Well, your God
And the death of the wicked.
Your God says, if I don't love him, right, then I will perish. That's what your Bible says.
But no, it says that you have the choice
What do you
of
think?
everlasting life.
Oh, what do you
It
think?
never says he wants that.
Sir, listen. Where do you think atheists are going to go when we die?
I don't have a clue, and I'm not judgmental.
No. So you
So
don't
I
think?
don't
So,
listen. No,
sir,
wait. Let me for a minute.
listen.
No, you listen. Listen for one moment, just a minute.
It's obvious that Christians think I'm going to go to hell. Your God designed us to not want to burn, right? Of course, nobody wants to burn. He designed us this way. So if I don't believe in God, it's because there's no evidence for it. Not because I hate God, but because I don't. It's not because I choose not to believe in God. I can't choose what I believe. That's why your God forced us to go to hell. People that are rational like me. Because he forced us to be here. He gives us these stupid options. He gives us no evidence of his existence. And then he says, okay, well, if you don't believe me, you're going to burn. That is your God's coercion. Your God is coercing us. Much like a burglar in a store going, I'm going to shoot you. If you don't give me your money, I'm going to shoot you. And the victim is like, oh, okay, here's my money. If the victim says, oh, don't shoot me, and then if the victim doesn't give the money to the burglar, does that mean the victim committed suicide and chose to die? No. The burglar caused that victim to be in that situation, just like your God. Your God is the burglar, pointing a gun at our faces and saying, you better believe me or I'm going to shoot you. And if I don't believe in him, I get shot. That's stupid. Your God's a burglar. Your God is a dictating piece of trash.
Hey, how's it going?
What's your argument?
I have a question.
Hello?
What do you got? What's your argument?
Okay, so my argument is, well, there's a few things, because I think that people who go live in these...
When you say I think, it means you fail. You automatically fail. Arguments are not I think. They are, this is what the evidence shows.
Hello?
Hey, what do you got?
Hey man, I got your book and it was a good read, man.
Thanks. Hey, what do you got?
Maurice Casey, Zeba Cook, James Crossley, Bart Ehrman. I can keep going.
Sir, what is your argument for God?
So that's my argument. These are non-Christian biblical scholars who have proved and attested to the fact that Jesus Christ walked the earth and was the Son of God. Hold on, and was the Son of God. They're
No,
biblical
listen. I don't give a shit about your guy who died on a stick. I want evidence of a God, not some random guy on a stick. God. Where's your evidence of a God?
Okay, so these are non-Christian biblical scholars who will tell you that Jesus Christ was the Son of God. Why? How could you dispute that?
Charles Manson said he was the son of God too, sir. Does that make Charles Manson
These
son
are
of God?
men who dedicated their lives, men and women who've dedicated their lives to the study of God and the theology of God. And you're going to come up here and say they're wrong? Who are you to
Yes,
do
because
that?
they believe in shit without
No,
evidence. That's
dude,
why
they've
they're
spent
wrong.
the
You
time.
have
They've
evidence.
dedicated. You have
If they
not.
spent the time, then they should have evidence for God.
They do. Read their
What is
studies.
the evidence? What is
Read
the evidence?
them.
What is the evidence?
Read them, dude.
I did.
They're biblical scholars. You know what a biblical scholar is?
Somebody who wastes their time reading a magic fable
No,
story
that's
for
not what
kids.
it is.
Yes, sir, I'm asking you for a simple piece of data that demonstrates God exists.
I just gave you 6 names of non-Christian biblical scholars who have attested that the fact that Jesus
They're
Christ
atheists.
was the Son of God.
Then why are they
And
atheists?
you're going to say, no, they're wrong.
Then why are they
What are your
atheists?
credentials to, hold on, what are your credentials to challenge a biblical scholar?
Sir, why are they atheists?
I'm asking you, what is your qualification to top a biblical scholar?
Sir, Bart Ehrman is an atheist. Why? If he thinks that Jesus existed. Why?
Yes, you tell me exactly, but
There's no evidence of a God. Jesus is not God.
He's a biblical scholar.
Give evidence of God.
He's an atheist biblical scholar, isn't that?
Okay, have a good day. Who cares about a guy who died on a stick?
Hello?
God. Hey, what do you got?
Honestly, like, this guy on a stick, he gets too much clout, I'm not gonna lie, like...
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
Hey there. Okay, so I'm just gonna get right to it because I know lagging is, but I wanted to compare the existence of God. So basically, to get my understanding, God can't exist for you because it's a subjective experience, correct?
No, there's just no evidence for it. Do you got any?
Well, there's plenty of evidence. Do you believe that there's things that can't be scientifically proven or observed empirically because science is limited?
Well, no, we don't know if science is limited, but even if it was, I don't believe in things that we are not demonstrated to be true. So no, I don't believe in things that are outside of my understanding
No,
or
so-
anybody's understanding. Why do you?
Right. So do you believe in consciousness?
Yeah, consciousness is something we can
Say again?
and measure.
No, we can't actually. Consciousness kind of goes beyond the scope of direct sensory observation, i.e. empirical observation.
We can absolutely measure consciousness with fMRI machines.
No, you can't. It's scientifically empirically. You can look this up.
Stop. We can measure brain states.
You can look this up.
We can measure different brain waves, the alpha waves, the beta waves. We can measure different waves of the brain states. These are
it's
thoughts.
still introspective.
We can observe thoughts, ma'am. We can observe
There's
thoughts
still,
with fMRI.
but you don't understand. There's still no scientific consensus on how to bridge the gap between neurological activity and a subjective experience. Therefore, it's inconclusive.
No, that doesn't mean that we can't measure consciousness.
Yeah, and we're not talking about measurement. We're talking about scientifically proven.
Right,
So we're talking about subjective experiences.
Ma'am, listen. Do you agree that we can measure consciousness?
I believe that there's neurological waves that happen with consciousness, but you can't prove that.
Ma'am, do you agree that we can measure consciousness? Yes or no?
By brain activity, yes.
Okay, great. So then you agree that consciousness is within the realms of science?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not. I never said that. I said that it's not. I said it's subjective.
You absolutely did.
No, I said there's a gap.
Yes,
I said there's a
you did.
gap.
You're a liar. Now
I literally said there's a gap between the neural activity.
Ma'am, get on with your argument that demonstrates God exists.
Right. So like consciousness, they've conducted studies that examine brain activity, and the same way they've done that with religious and spiritual experiences when they've connected it with neuroscience.
Yeah, so all you're saying is that people have an experience. That doesn't mean God exists, right? I understand.
Yeah,
that
but
people
we're
have...
talking about in the basis of God existing. That's why spirituality.
Oh my gosh, I understand that you have an experience, but that experience does not mean it's a God or a spirit. It means you had a thought, you had a brain state. It doesn't mean God. So how did you correlate a brain state with a magic supernatural being? Give evidence behind this or go away.
Evidence by saying that religious and spiritual experiences, which innately brings in a God, factor.
No, that's your claim. Well, where's
No,
your
but that's
evidence?
what people
No,
claim.
I don't care about claims. I want evidence of a God.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's evidence of a being, higher being. We don't have to call it a God.
Where?
In neuroscience.
Where in neuroscience is this evidence of God?
Brain activity.
What brain activity correlates to God?
What do you mean, what brain activity? When they do fMRIs, when they do EEGs?
What brain activity correlates to God?
fMRIs and EEGs are used to investigate the brain activity associated with spiritual and religious experiences. What else do you want?
Exactly, experiences. It doesn't mean
Yes,
that
but
they're
it's
real.
correlated to a higher being.
No, that's a claim you're making.
That's not it's scientific.
Oh
There's
my
books
God,
on this.
Oh my God. Stop and listen to what I'm saying. I understand that people have experiences. And I understand that they claim that these experiences are God, but that's a claim. I'm asking for evidence that an experience means it's God. Where is that evidence? Please give it. Let's hear it.
So consciousness can't exist because it only has experience attached to it.
Consciousness
right?
exists.
It only has neural.
Ma'am, this is embarrassing, ma'am. Consciousness exists and it's measurable. It does not correlate to God. Where's your evidence of a God?
I didn't say it correlates to God, but if you're using, I'm using
Yes,
two
you did.
examples
You
that
said it 4 times already. So you concede you have no evidence of a God?
I am telling you there is, but you're not accepting it because you're claiming that experience is not enough.
Great. So then what is the peer-reviewed research that shows that a brain state correlates to God? Do you have that?
Yes. So neurological studies by neuroscientists like Andrew Newberg.
Great. So what's the study that demonstrates that God exists?
So then Andrew Newberg, there's books on this. So Andrew Newberg.
Where's the peer-reviewed research on this? Give me a study.
You go ahead and just look it up on Google. Andrew Newberg did the studies.
No.
Peer reviewed. It is on there.
Ma'am. Give me.
If I had my computer in front of me, I'd be able to give you the exact site.
No.
It's been peer reviewed.
Ma'am, hold on. Let me speak. Give me a study that demonstrates that these experiences means that they are a godly experience. Do you have that study?
Can you hear me?
No. Give us a study that demonstrates.
I just said I am giving you authors, and I'm giving you. I don't have my computer in front of me, so I can't give you
authors, ma'am. I want a study that demonstrates God exists.
There are literally neurological studies between the activity.
Which one?
You have to just look one up, bro. You're in front of a computer.
That's not how this works.
I'm not in front of a computer right now.
Well, that's not my fucking problem. Why did you come up here to debate me if you don't have any evidence? By the way, do you even know what the fuck you're talking about? What did the study conclude? How about that? Can you tell us what the study concluded? And the methodology of the study? Can you do that for us at least? Can you do that at least for us?
Yes.
What's the conclusion of the study?
Yeah,
what's the conclusion?
The study is that despite significant advancement in neuroscience, the nature of consciousness next to, in comparison to the neurological studies between religious and spiritual experiences, they both do the same thing, is what I'm talking about. That's why I put the comparisons there.
Yeah, that's not evidence of a God. I'm asking you for evidence.
It's evidence
that God
of a higher
exists.
being.
No,
so then you can't say that consciousness exists.
Stop. How is this evidence of a higher being? All you're saying to me is that we can correlate brain states to specific experiences, claims of experiences. That doesn't mean God exists. That doesn't mean God exists.
Yeah, it means that so when you talk about spiritual and religious experience, are we talking about praying up to a God, to a wall? Are we not talking about God being involved?
Ma'am, a religious experience could be me praying to unicorns, right?
No, it's not.
Yeah, why not? That's a religion.
It's not a religion. That's why. It's not a religion.
So how about the Muslims who pray to their God? Is that a religious
Yeah,
experience?
that's perfectly fine. We're not talking about just Christian religions.
And they're praying to a different God than you, right? So does that mean
They're praying to God.
Does that mean that Allah is real?
Allah is not the God that they're praying to. First of all, that's
their
version
God
of
that
Jesus.
They pray to Allah.
Yeah, and Allah means God. It's just a different language.
Yeah, but they don't think Jesus is God. They believe in a different God than you.
But we're talking about the servicing to God. We're not talking about a God specific.
Oh my
we're
gosh,
talking about
man.
God.
This is pathetic. This is exactly the problem with your argument. It can apply to any religion, any method.
It doesn't matter. You're not talking about a specific religion. You said God is imaginary. You're not talking about.
Exactly. This is the problem. What you just claimed is unfalsifiable. I understand that religious experiences have a correlate to a specific brain state. I understand that. But it does not mean that those experiences correlate to something real.
It does, though.
Give the evidence.
It's literally because then that means that's exactly the same thing.
Give the evidence.
I just did. When there is brain activity,
you did not.
Okay. Then you can't believe in consciousness, sir.
How does that even follow, ma'am?
Because consciousness
exists. Yeah.
Are you gonna let me speak? There is still no scientific consensus on how to bridge the gap between neural activity and subjective experiences.
Right. So that means that leprechauns fill in the gap, right? Ma'am, hold on. Does that mean leprechauns fill in the gap?
That means what I'm speaking on is consciousness.
No, ma'am.
Leprechauns don't exist.
How do you know that?
Because consciousness exists. I'm talking about something that actually exists.
I had a religion experience with a leprechaun.
Congratulations.
Does that mean leprechauns are real?
Well, I'm pretty sure if they attach something to your head, it wouldn't come out like that.
Right. So I had an experience with a leprechaun.
You can say everything you want on a backwards note, bro, but we're talking about actual facts.
Because you have a narrative here. It's obvious to all of us here.
It's not a narrative. It's factual.
Then give evidence of your facts.
I just did.
No, you did not. You did not cite a single source.
I don't have a cite to source.
Exactly. That's why you lost. Because you have no evidence that what you've claimed correlates to something real. Zero. Anybody can have an experience. I have experiences when I have sex. Does that mean that there's something magical about sex because I feel good about that experience? No. People can walk into a church and feel great. Dopamine, serotonin fill in, right? They rush into our brains and they make us feel great, right? Looking at the sculptures, looking at the beautiful colors in the windows, right? It's a great experience, but it doesn't mean that that experience has any truth value to it when it comes to a God existing. That's the difference here. Experiences don't always correlate this to reality. They are subjective by nature. And for all you guys saying, you lost, where's the evidence that I lost? Where's the evidence that she provided? She didn't. Hey, what do you got?
How much time do I have?
Give the argument. Let's hear.
Thanks for your time.
Never mind. God.
Hey, what do you got? You guys are funny in the comments. You guys just hate me because you don't like what I'm saying. You don't like the fact that there's no evidence of a God. You hate that. So you attack me. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just asking hard questions that you're not willing to answer.
How you doing, man?
What do you got?
For me personally, I'm a Muslim. I believe in God. I believe in the Bible, in the Quran, and for me, God is real. But
I don't give a shit. Give me evidence that God to go away. Give me evidence, yeah.
bro, can we just? I don't want to be rude. I don't want to interrupt you. I don't want to be loud. You know?
Well, the Quran is rude and your Bible is rude. So either give me evidence or go away.
First of all, you're saying the Quran is rude and the Bible.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They're disgusting books of garbage. Now give evidence of
Okay,
your
but-
magic God or go away.
Okay, but one thing, we're having like an argument. Just one thing. Why do you think that the Bible and the Islam are garbage?
I don't know. Where do I begin? Talking donkeys, talking snakes, walking on water, turning body into bread, Adam and Eve, Noah's Ark, wife beating, assault, killing, murder, apostasy, being charged with murder. These are the reasons why I am not religious. They're
Okay,
regressive
no
ideas.
problem. I don't have a problem with that because you know what? As a good Christian or as a good Muslim, you have to be patient. You have to tell you can't be rude or something. That's why I'm not going to argue with you.
Your
I accept your opinion.
Stop it. I'm not taking this garbage from you. Your
Yeah,
religion
but why is it
is
garbage
rude.
for you?
Your religion is rude. It is misogynistic. It is anti-LGBT. Your book is absolutely rude.
Okay.
Go read them.
All right then. And I love.
Guys, think, use your brains. Read your book and realize how bad they are. Hey, what do you got?
God is real, 100% real.
Great. Where's your evidence?
The evidence is all around you. Your existence is how God is real.
All around me?
Yeah, your existence being on this earth is the reason why God is real.
How do
You
you know that?
think everything that's within your body was just magically there.
No.
It just magically occurred. Cells
I
formed.
never said that. In fact, you said that. What you believe is one day a magic sky daddy got bored. And he was like,
No,
let me meet some people today.
that's not
So
exactly. He didn't get.
he got his magic wand out and he said, "Oh, let there be light." And poof, everything magically appeared. The earth, the stars, the galaxies, everything in the universe in 6 days. And then a guy got a big boat and he put all the animals on it and he rode across the oceans, all the penguins, all the pandas, all the elephants and dinosaurs. And they landed on a big mountain. And then all the penguins swam back to Antarctica. And this all happened in 6 days. That's what you believe, ma'am. So stop pretending as if I believe in something crazy when you literally believe in folklore. Go ahead. Unmute yourself, ma'am. If you dare. Hello? Click the unmute, ma'am. If you're talking, you have to click the unmute. Okay. Have a good day.
Bro, you're literally so rude. You literally don't let anyone talk.
Because you don't have evidence. That's why. You're babbling. That's all you do. That's all people do.
Bro, I'm just here for like 10 seconds of relief. What is wrong? Do people not critically think? I don't understand. People they come on, they say the same things. Oh,
That's why I'm here. I'm here to expose it. You know?
Hey,
Hey, what do you got?
I just want to tell you, we can't argue with you because you don't let us talk. Don't hang up. I
Okay,
want to
great.
talk to you.
Great. I'm so happy for you, ma'am. Now,
Let
can you
me
give
ask
me
you. No, I know you like
give the
to.
evidence? Give the evidence that you're God,
Okay,
please.
let me just ask you one thing. Where did you come
No.
from? No. Just I'm proving you. This is where I'm proving.
Oh, you're
Where
gonna
did you
prove it?
come
Okay.
from? And here's the thing about going to hell, burning. First of all, you don't burn with flames.
Oh,
Okay?
really?
No, you
Is it
don't.
is it
No.
a cold bird?
Second of all,
Is
it's
it a
called
freezer bird?
theology. Are you a theologist?
No, I don't study folk. I
You're
don't
not,
study fables,
right?
man. I don't study Harry Potter.
Right.
Give
You don't.
evidence of God, ma'am. Do you
And
have
you
evidence
don't
of God?
study okay. Just one thing real quick. You say that they don't believe in LGBTQ, whatever. How does reproduction occur? Let me ask you that.
Ma'am, are you saying that wait. Are you saying that are you trying to tell me that just because people don't reproduce, that means they're evil?
Not at all. Where do you come up
Okay,
with this stuff?
great. So then what justifies murdering gay people?
What justifies what?
Murdering?
Murdering?
Yeah. This is what your Bible says.
Free will. We all have free will. Wait, am I going to tell you? You don't have free will.
Man.
Wait. You don't have free will.
Whoa. You think it's okay to
Don't
kill
you
somebody?
go out and put gas in your car?
Ma'am, do you think we should murder people for being gay?
Absolutely. Are you ridiculous? Don't look at me like that. No.
Okay, great. So then why does your Bible say that?
God or not, that's... So no, you don't kill.
Then why does your God say we should in Leviticus
Let me
20:14?
ask you something. Seriously. I've always wanted to ask an atheist this. Where do we come from? Just tell me. A little seed?
Yeah, we come from
Big bang?
we come from a magic cosmic Uber
Harry
who
Potter?
dropped us off onto Earth. And we came from a long galaxy far away. And
Where did that galaxy come
we
from?
popped here from some magic
I know, but where did
cosmic
the
Uber
galaxy
driver.
come from?
Ma'am.
Wait, and just one more thing. How does the world, how does life, how is it so in sync where every tree has a purpose, every animal, every insect?
Every cancer kills babies. Every genetic disorder makes people's lives go through living hells. The idea that everything's perfect.
Look, I like you. I really do.
I can't. Oh my gosh. The idea that just because we don't know where we came from, that means God did it. Or just because I don't understand biology, therefore God did it. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I can't talk to somebody who's just going to yap and yap and yap. I can't. But at least she was adorable.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
So do you have all the answers? Do you know everything?
No.
All right. So is it not weird to you that you get on to put down on other people's belief? Why is it so important to you what my belief is? Why is it your everyday journey
Do you
to put
vote?
down? Wait a minute. Just let me finish, and then why is it your everyday belief to try to sell it to me that God isn't real? What does it bother you that I believe what I believe? Why can't you be a non-believer? That doesn't bother me. If you choose not to believe, that's totally your issue. But I choose to believe.
Because your beliefs can influence how you vote, how you treat other people, what things you say to them, how you
So can
act,
your belief,
how
right?
you behave,
But so
and your belief can influence my life in ways that you don't understand on the surface level. But
I
on a
disagree
deeper level,
with that. I disagree with that.
hold on. On a deeper level, Christians and Muslims in our society can vote against human rights. They can vote against abortion rights, bodily rights, LGBT rights, women's rights. And what we
But
see around the world
non-Christians,
today,
none.
what we see around the world today is the remnants of these religions fading away. The fact that you have to come up here and say, why not just let me believe? It means you're scared, right? You fear the unknown. That's why the first thing you asked me was, where do you think we all come from? Because you want the answer. You want a quick answer. You want it to be God. And then from there, everything else, you pretend you have all the answers. You're the one who pretends you have all the answers, not me. You pretend you have all the answers. If I asked you any question, where do we come from? You would say God did it. If I asked you, where does morality come from? You say God did it. If I asked you, where do people come from? You say God did it. Everything's God, 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 God. You're the one pretending, not me. I'm asking actual questions that are hard, that you can't answer. That's why you're scared to come up. And by the way, you don't have to be here. You chose to come up to my live. The people watching are choosing to watching this. I'm not forcing you to become an atheist. So give me evidence of your magic space daddy or go away.
At the end of the day, I'm a long way from being scared about any conversation you're having. Secondly, I understand that you're on here and you're making money from TikTok by doing this. The more people watch, the more likes you get, the more money you...
Okay. Have a good day, sir. You couldn't answer the question. You couldn't answer the question. You did get scared because you couldn't answer the question directly. Hey, what do you got?
How you doing, Jimmy Fallon?
What do you got?
How's Jimmy Fallon doing today? Are you guy on? Well, you keep on saying about the Bible that it's a bunch of joke, but then you keep referring to it about God killing people, and that so it sounds like you do believe in the Bible.
Yeah, this
You're
is
using
called,
it both ways.
Yeah, this is called an internal criticism. What I'm doing is I'm putting on your shoes for the sake of the argument and acting as if I'm a Christian. And I'm acting as if I believe in your God, and I'm pointing to you the fallacies in your belief, the contradictions, the inconsistencies in your view, to show you that you on your own don't even believe in your God's morality, right? Do you think that we should kill gay people?
Well, no, not at all. But
Well,
there
your God
again,
does, but your
you
God
keep on
does,
saying,
but your
you know,
God
there's
does,
no
but your
God,
God
there's
does,
no
but your
Bible, it's
God
all
does, your God
bullshit.
does, sir,
But
sir,
then you
your God
still
does,
keep on
your God,
using it like, well, if you believe in the Bible, I
sir.
think you do. I think your problem is,
Guys, please, when you come up here, at least have your IQ above about 90, all right? Above, average level. Hey, what do you got for us today?
What's up, Mike? How are you?
Lacking evidence for God. What do you got?
Okay, so I guess my point is like, what do you believe in? Like, do you believe in evolution? What do you
I believe in facts. I believe in facts that are based on evidence and data.
Okay, what is your belief is how the human race got on Earth?
We evolve, sir. That's a fact. We can observe evolution. Now, what's your evidence for God?
Okay, so you believe in evolution, correct?
It's a fact, yes.
Okay, where did the very, very first thing that we evolved from come from?
There was no very, very first thing that we evolved from. This isn't Pokemon, right? That's not how evolution works. But the first
I'm not
living
saying there is.
organism, the first species of organisms, the first population of organisms emerged from the Earth about 4.3 billion years ago in the oceans. Protocells, amino acids that emerge from things like the atmosphere. We can do experiments like the Miller-Urey experiment, which demonstrates that we can make amino acids from gases in the Earth's atmosphere. And these amino acids can clump to become chains of polymers and then further chains of polypeptides, which then form things like RNA and DNA. So the point is that life is a chemical process. Life does not have to have a God. So where's your evidence of a God?
I'm getting there. If you let me finish my point.
So please get to it.
We got to go through these.
Please just get to it. Get to it.
Okay. So you believe in evolution. So I assume, okay, so you're saying the Earth, right? Starting with the Earth and then they evolved through the Earth, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So how did the Earth get there? We have to go back even further to get to my point.
The Earth is a rock.
How do you believe the
Earth is a rock, and about 5-6 billion years ago, a star went supernova. It yielded all this gas and dust into space. It formed a protoplanetary disk, which then accreted due to angular momentum. It formed an outer disk, which became colder. Planets formed, fragments of dust and rock formed. They clumped together due to gravity and cold welding in space. And they formed planetesimals, which then became bigger and bigger and formed planets. That's it.
Okay, cool. So, but do you see what I'm saying? There had to be a starting point somewhere
No.
to all of this. There
No,
had to be a starting point.
there is no
Something.
starting. No, there is no starting point of anything necessarily. It could be, but that space and time has no start. It could be that space and time is infinite. We don't know. Neither do you.
Right.
So give evidence
Right.
of a God or go away.
Okay. So if you go all the way back, something had to, your star theory, something had to make that star move. Whether you want to bring evolution back to the very first thing, something had to create that. Something had to force that star to move. Something had to happen in order for
Yeah, it's called.
it's cause and effect. There
Yeah,
has to be a cause for an effect. Stuff doesn't just magically
yeah,
happen.
it's
So,
called. Yeah, it's called
so
physics. Sir, stop talking. It's called physics. We know that the universe could exist eternally, and within it, things change through time naturally. There's nobody doing it. There's nobody pushing the dominoes to make us fall here. That's stupid.
I'm not saying there is. I'm not
Great.
saying there is.
So then you agree that the universe can exist naturally without a person.
Incorrect.
Then give us evidence that you need a God.
I'm trying to be I'm trying to be respectful here, but you cut me off last time.
Give evidence or go away.
Okay. So there has to be like you said, stuff doesn't just magically happen, correct?
I never said that it did, sir. You didn't listen to anything I just explained to you.
Yes, I did.
The universe
You said
Stop.
there isn't someone pushing the domino.
Stop. The universe can exist eternally, and changes happen within it. By the way, cause and effect is not a fundamental feature of physics. It is an emergent feature. So there is no such thing as causality in terms of science. That is not a scientific term. Causality is emergent. It's not fundamental. So there does not need to be a first cause. That's a stupid thing to believe in. There does not need to be a first or a start or a beginning. The universe could be infinite.
Yes, there does. Then how
both directions.
Then what made your star start moving through the space? And whatever made that, what made that happen? And before that, what made that happen? And before that, what made that happen?
Okay. It's called physics. It's called forces of nature. The weak force, nuclear force. These are fundamental features of reality that don't require.
Okay, how'd those physics come to exist?
They didn't come to exist. They're a necessary.
Yes, they did.
Prove it. Show us that you need a God for nature to exist.
You need a God because if you don't have a God, how is there a point to all this stuff you're saying starting? How did the first life form take?
That's begging the question. That's a fallacy, sir. I'm asking you, how do you know that nature requires a God?
When you say nature, what do you mean by nature?
Space, time, and matter.
Space, time, and matter. Okay. So, if we look at, I'll just give an example as to why we need a God. So, if we look at the Earth, right, and how it sits on the axis, how far away we are from the sun, how much the gravity is in relation to the moon, and all that stuff. It is so precise. If we were off the axis by literally 2 inches, Earth would be inhabitable.
Absolute garbage. The Earth varies in
How
its
is that
orbit.
garbage?
I'm explaining to you. Would you listen now? Okay. The Earth varies in its orbit by millions of miles per year. Per year. Did you know that in January, the Earth is 3 million miles closer to the sun than in July? Did you know that? This is basic science.
Yes, but
this is basic fucking science. Great. So
Yes,
it's not an inch. It's not an inch. And by the way, there are possible other planets out there, like even in our own solar system, like Enceladus, which has a liquid ocean water under its surface, which does not require a specific distance from the sun. There is no need for a specific distance because the conditions that allow life to exist could exist in any parameter that exists out there. There is no necessary thing that says the universe has to be this way for life. That's stupid.
Yes,
So
it is. If we were too close to the sun, we would burn and die. Yes. What do you mean there is no
how far away? How far
whatever
away?
you just said?
How much closer would I have to be to the sun to burn?
I don't know the exact number, but I know it's if
Is
the
it
Earth
2
is
inches?
2 inches closer.
Is it around 2 inches?
Yes.
No, no. I just moved about a mile to closer to the sun in this moment, in this second. Do you know that we're
Yes.
spinning around? Did you know that we are revolving around
You're
the
not
sun at
listening to what I'm saying.
thousands of miles an hour?
Yes, you are correct.
Okay,
But
great.
listen, can you listen? Okay. When Earth is at its closest point to the sun, the hottest it gets, understand?
Right.
Okay. If you brought that point closer to the sun, we would burn. And
No.
then I can
So
give you an yes.
no,
What do you
we
mean
would
no? The sun is
we
hot. If you get too close to the sun, you're gonna burn.
we would adapt. We would be different life. See, this is the problem. You think that all else equal,
No.
life has to be like us, but there are different types of life forms that can exist under different conditions, which means that there could be living things closer to the sun or further away from the sun than we. That's the thing you're missing. There is nothing special about life. We adapt
What
to
do you
the
mean
conditions.
there's nothing special about life?
What's special about us?
Name one other Earth in the world that you can name that has habitable life on it.
That
It's
doesn't
only
mean
us.
special. It means that we don't
That
know if
doesn't
there's
mean we're
more.
special. That means we're the
There
one.
could
That means
easily,
we're one in the universe,
sir,
bro.
listen,
What are you
no,
talking
it
about?
doesn't. There are billions and billions of planets in our own galaxy that are just like Earth that
Correct.
could harbor life. Enceladus could have life. Mars could have life. Venus could have life. Jupiter could have life. We don't know what kinds of life could be out there. There could be tons of
Correct.
life out there with under all different conditions. Saying
Correct.
that there's only one living thing and we're the only living things is like taking a glass of water in the ocean and going, "Where's the whales? I don't see any whales in the glass. There must be no whales in the ocean. We must be special."
Right. Okay, but you can't name another one. We haven't found one yet, have
It
we?
doesn't mean they don't exist.
Correct. It doesn't mean that, but have we
Great.
found one? No.
So if we found
So then
aliens,
you
would that
prove to me.
debunk
So
God?
then
Wait,
you
hold
prove
on,
to
sir,
me
sir,
that
sir,
there's
sir,
another planet
sir.
that's habitable.
If we found aliens tomorrow, would that debunk God?
No. It
Great.
would actually help
So
the proof of God.
great. So then your argument collapses because regardless if we're the only ones or not, it wouldn't mean God exists.
It would mean God exists.
How?
From the point I just made. Okay, well, I'll
No,
say another one.
the thing you just said makes no sense because it applies to any planet.
Sure. Okay, so if you were to take Earth down to, if you took everything on Earth and made it the size of let's say a pool ball, right? It would be physically smoother than any machinery. Like, you know what machining is, right?
Yeah, do you know why? It's because of gravity. It's not because of God. It's called gravity.
No.
Yes,
How
the
would
reason
how
why
okay,
the
explain.
Earth is smooth on a large scale, on a smaller scale, is because of gravity compressing things downwards constantly.
Correct. And the
Great. So
gravity is so
you don't need
and the
God for
gravity
that.
is so
Sure. You
and the
don't need
gravity yes
gravity.
you
You
do.
don't need gravity. You don't need God for gravity.
Yes, you do. Because gravity has to be, again, that's another thing that has to be so precise that if it wasn't, we would die.
What's an imprecise? So you're saying that the universe's laws are so precise, right?
Yes.
What does a universe look like where the laws are imprecise?
It would be uninhabitable. Say gravity could crush us if it was, you get what I'm saying?
No. So again,
If
what does a
gravity
universe?
pulled
What does
harder,
it?
it
What
would
does it?
crush
What does
us.
what does a universe look like where the laws are imprecise?
It's uninhabitable.
For what? Us or for any living thing?
Everything. Any
What do
living
you mean? What
thing.
do you mean everything?
Everything that has ever existed on Earth would be not able to live.
So, but what if there is another universe where something existed that was more exquisite than us, much more intricate than we? Would that mean that
Then you
God
push,
doesn't exist?
no, then you push even harder with the gravity
Great.
and it doesn't
So
work.
what?
Or
So
you
what
pull the
you're saying?
gravity
So
away
what
so
you're saying?
slightly.
So what you're saying is, no matter
No,
what universe you lived in, there would be they're all special,
correct.
which makes us not special by definition. There's nothing special about us because every universe
Incorrect.
that existed with specific conditions, we wouldn't be able to be in.
Say that again. I'm sorry. You cut out.
In any universe, any other universe you looked at, we wouldn't be able to live in. So that does that
Correct.
make this? Does that make us special?
Yes, it does. Because we
Oh,
are able to live
but
in this
every
very.
other, but you're not understanding. Every other universe would have different conditions for different things to exist in. So they would be special because we couldn't live in their universe and they couldn't live in ours.
Exactly. So we're special to our own universe.
No, but they're special to us
How are they special to us?
because
Could they live in our home? No, they couldn't.
we can't live in their universe.
And they can't live in our universe. So it
Right.
has to
So
be
what?
precisely.
So nobody.
So it has to be.
We're all
So it has to
equal.
be
Then we're all.
precisely made.
Stop. There is nothing special about us because in any universe we lived in or there was something in, you would say that it's special. That's why you can't say that we are the beneficiaries of some cosmic space wizard because every universe would have different laws and different things existing.
Right. But they would have to be so precisely, like we can handle,
Yes,
say, just hypothetically.
they're each precise for their own things to be in. That's the point.
Exactly.
Great.
I know that is the point.
So then that means that there doesn't need to be a magic man doing this. There could be a natural phenomenon doing this. There's nothing special about us. That's
What caused the natural phenomenon? What caused the natural phenomenon?
a natural thing. It's a quantum
What
fluctuation.
caused that natural thing? What caused that
A
natural thing?
natural thing. And now you don't need God. You
What
never
caused
need
that
God.
natural thing? What
It could
caused the
be
very first
so
natural thing?
there is no very first natural thing. Nature could be again, nature can be infinite. In other words, all possibilities can exist in this one universe. You don't need God.
Yes, you do.
Why?
Okay, if Earth
Give
is a rock, where
evidence.
did the
Give
rock?
evidence of God.
Okay, if Earth is a rock, where did the rock come from?
I can't. Where did God? That's like asking where did God come from? It's a stupid question. It doesn't have to come from somewhere. The universe could have always been.
Hi.
Hey, what do you got?
So, just two things, and I'm sorry. I feel really sorry for you for all the bad questions you've been getting and everything. First thing, I just want to, the guy before me, I think the argument he was trying to make was the St. Thomas Aquinas argument about the laws of Newton's first three laws of motion, that an object at rest has to stay at rest unless an force is acted upon it.
That's stupid. Aquinas was a dumbass.
I'm just saying that's what I think that's the argument.
Stop. We now know that Aquinas was wrong in everything he said. We now know of modern physics, which demonstrates there is no first cause. That's stupid.
No, I'm just saying I think that's the argument he was trying to make.
Causality doesn't exist. So
No.
give us evidence of a God or go away.
Okay, I was just trying to point out. I think that's the argument he was trying to make, not my argument. I think that's
Well, what's a bad argument? Hey, what do you got?
Hey, yo, can you hear me?
We're not doing that. Aquinas thought that demons could inseminate people. He thought demons could change and take semen out from you and impregnate other people. He was a crazy person. Just like every other Christian apologist. All right, a couple more guests here. Who wants to come in? We want to be special, but we're not. Exactly. Hey, what do you got? Mike's the white secure engineer. Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's your argument?
Hey, look, I'm gonna let you know right now. I'll show you a fucking chemical process, little boy. You satanic brainwash bitch.
Aw. Maybe he was mad that Jesus didn't give him his wishes. His prayers didn't come true. He got mad. No gifts for you, boy.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got? Hey, what do you got? Guys, please, when you come up, be ready. Please, please be ready. Hello?
Hey, Mikey, how are ya? Did you miss me?
What's your argument?
I had a chat to you the other day, man. So, I love you atheists, man. Y'all crack me up. Because the other day, there's always one question that an atheist...
Yeah, this isn't the Oprah show. You gonna give me an argument or go away? Hey,
Hi.
what do you got?
Yes. So if you like to see, I know that probably you will disconnect me immediately when I start to say this, what I have to say. But all of us.
Give an argument or go away. Hey, what's your
So,
argument?
hey, how's it going?
Okay, what do you got?
So, if anybody can come on this live right now, and I'm gonna have to get to my point, and prove to me that God exists, prove to my 2-pound brain that God exists, then I don't want to believe in him. He built a.
Yeah, Mike, I have an argument, like for real.
What do you got?
You gotta not kick me straight away. So basically, right, firstly, I need to address the misconceptions that you were spreading. The Bible doesn't say.
No. You're gonna give an argument or go away. What is it?
Okay. Do you want to hear my argument?
Yeah.
Yeah, God. Find God, buddy.
That's gonna do it for sure. Oh, God. Yeah. Oprah. Opera. God bless America, home of the free. Who actually has an argument today? Keep tapping the screen. Let's get to 300K. You're almost at 300K. Woohoo! Woohoo! I'm ready. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
What's up? All right, so
you know how you said something like God created like cancer and stuff like that. Like he created a not like unlivable earth is what I'm saying. So can you explain how some people get cancer and stuff like that? Can you explain how people beat cancer?
Sir, I'm not I'm not the Bill Nye right now, sir. Please give an argument for your magic sky daddy or go away.
I'm trying to give an argument. So when people come down with something and then beat it, is that like a chemical?
Yeah, it's called your immune system. It's called your immune system. Okay, let's all say it together, kids. Immune system. Yay. Here's another one for you guys. Ready? Chemotherapy. Yay. Chemotherapy. Woohoo. Okay, next.
God exists because it makes me feel good to say that.
Oh, that's a great one. But it's funny that we had to actually invent a cure to cancer to fix God's mistake. Hey, what do you got? Jimbo? Your voice isn't very jumbo today.
Oh, okay. No. Einstein said energy cannot be created or destroyed, and God is that energy.
Sir,
That's all.
Do you know what energy means?
Yes.
What is energy?
Energy is vibrations and frequencies.
Vibration? All right. So let me take it down to your level here. What is a vibration? Of what? What is a vibration?
You got me.
Oh, man. Heck. Well, man, I got to say, have a great day, sir. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Energy is not a substance, guys. Energy is a property of matter. Energy is not a thing. It's not a substance. It is a property. So when you say everything's energy or God's energy, that doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. Hello?
Hey, you need to stop acting like you know everything, bro.
Says the one who thinks they
It's like you
know
be acting
everything
like
from
you
a
know
book of
everything, bro.
fables.
Like you just somebody behind a screen, bro.
Okay, great. Then prove me wrong.
You really behind. You just
Prove
really
me
someone
wrong.
behind a screen.
Prove me wrong then.
Like, bro, you look tiny as hell, bro.
Prove me wrong then.
Like, come on, dog.
Prove me wrong, boy.
You goofy as hell, bro.
So you have no argument? Oh, he ran away. Oh, poor guy. I feel sad for that guy.
Hey, just wanted to take a second to say something. I love your point of views, but also to people who think that somehow some magic.
This is not a pogo stick invention. You don't have to jump on my, you know what? Just give evidence of God or go away. Hey, what do you got?
Hey, yo. Who do you think created you?
Nobody created me, sir. If they did a shitty job.
Everything has a creator.
Who created God? You there, sir? Did you get raptured? Oh, today's the government going to send us that signal, right? That might be the mark of the beast. Maybe the rapture's activated. The government bombarded our phones with activity. All right. Have a good day. Every day's the rapture. Hey, what do you got?
I can answer the question with who. Oh no, I can't answer that question with who created God, because with the universes and the galaxies, it's all created in a way for we can't. So, for example, we cannot live on another planet. We physically cannot live on it. Earth, though,
Yes, we
is
can. Yes, we
created,
can. Yes, we can.
but we can't.
We
There's
walked
no,
on the moon. We can live on Mars if we wanted to.
not in our physical bodies. We have to be wearing some sort of
Okay, great. We can still live
outfit,
there. We can still live there.
but there's no nature. There's no like oxygen there for us to live. Earth, for example, has oxygen, water,
So what
earth,
if
that if humans weren't existing on Earth, it would still continue to grow
okay?
enough for
So
us to live on.
if we found a planet with oxygen on it, would that disprove God?
Sorry?
If we found a planet with oxygen on it that we could live on, would that disprove God?
Yes, it would. Yes. Is
Really?
there another planet?
So all I gotta do is find one planet with oxygen on it, and that would disprove God.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think that we're gonna debunk your God very soon, because we've already seen billions of Earth-like planets out there that they're possible with life on them potentially. I mean, Enceladus could have life, Mars could have life, and the idea that there isn't life out there somewhere is ridiculous. There's so many planets. There's more stars and planets out there than grains of sand on all the beaches of the Earth combined. There's so much possibility out there for life. So I think that we're going to disprove God very soon.
Okay.
Okay? Have a good day.
Hey, hello, can you hear me?
Unfortunately. What?
All right, man. So, listen, I just joined the live stream. Are you an atheist or an agnostic? Like, are you trying to disprove specifically religion or just the concept of a creator in general?
Same shit, different day.
It's
What do you got?
no,
What's your argument? What's your argument?
sorry?
What is your argument for your magic sky daddy?
Okay, so the argument for God for me is let me just give you an example here, okay? A comparison. So let's say you look at a house, right? Did the
Okay.
house always exist? Did you know if the house always exists? What do you think of the house? Do you think it's been built by someone?
Let me see.
What would you assume?
Yeah, I can knock on it. I can tap it. Yeah, it looks like somebody built it.
Yeah, so you'd think there's a builder, right? So, but you don't, the
Yeah.
builder doesn't need to be around for you to know that it's been built by a builder, right? The house.
Right. Now, when I look at the rain, when you look at the rain come down, do I think there's somebody in the clouds with a rain hose spraying down the water to make it rain?
No, but you could just assume that someone created those rain clouds. What do you
So
mean?
the
That's not.
clouds are
Hold up.
natural. They're natural clouds. They're not from a god. They're just nature.
But
So
that
the point
doesn't
is, the
disprove
point, the
anything.
point, hold on. The point is this. There are things in the world that are caused by a person, and then there are things that are caused by nature. The universe does not need to be caused by a person. It could be caused by
Well,
nature.
God is not a person, right? So you're simplifying it quite
agency. I
incredibly.
mean agency.
And
When I say
also,
person, I mean agency.
by what?
I mean agency, not a person necessarily, but agency. Somebody with a motive.
Well, the problem is just, do you, and as well, like, do you compare, like, how closely do you compare animals and humans as well? So again, I don't really get if you thought you disproved what I said. How do you know that there's a builder, right? When there's a house, right? You would just have to assume it, otherwise it wouldn't make
Yes,
any
because
sense, right? Same for the universe. And also there aren't billions of planets, by the way, that are that are like Earth, by the way. That's completely wrong.
Listen, sir. We have evidence of builders making houses. We don't have evidence of somebody making a universe. We
No,
just
I'm
don't.
just saying.
We can't assume.
Well, there's really no answer but that, though. If you're an atheist, if you completely assume that there is no God, it doesn't really make any more sense than saying there is a God, right? Neither way.
No, God is ill-defined. What do you mean by God? God is just a word. It means
God,
nothing.
as in the creator of the universe, right? The creator of you and me, the creator of everything that lives,
But you
and
don't need that. But the
the
problem with it,
planets and the stars.
hold on. The problem is you don't need this God. You don't need somebody designing us. We have explanations that are natural. We can explain why we are here through nature, through chemical evolution, through natural selection, through physics. These are better explanations for why we're here than some magic cosmic space wizard.
I mean, I don't really agree with you. There's many missing links. The jump from a human, from like a monkey to a human,
Oh,
right? Is
come on. Is this the only reason why you're a theist? Because you don't understand the
no.
science? Sir, evolution is a proven
Science
fact.
can
We
work
have
with the
all the
creator,
fossils.
man.
Sir, listen. We don't even need the fossils for evolution. DNA alone is proof of evolution. We can look at our chromosomal fusions, genetic mutations that demonstrate evolution in our DNA. Forget
Well, I
the
would say
fossils.
DNA is more of a proof of intelligent design because it's like a code, right? Everything.
No. Code is, you can perceive anything as a code, sir. Any system of stuff, any system of events could be code. I
Was a
can,
set of instructions, right?
no, it's not
So
a set of instructions. It is a molecule. DNA is a molecule. And just because it's
no,
arranged
it's
in,
not just a molecule. What are you
yes, it
talking
is.
about?
Yes, it is. DNA is a molecule.
A molecule is just a combination of atoms.
Yes, that's
It's
what
just a
DNA is.
set of atoms.
That's what DNA is.
Man, it's deeper than that, man. There are like H2O, there's like a water molecule, and then there's DNA. I don't think that's the same, man.
Yes, but I understand they're different, but we know why DNA is complex. It's called chemical evolution, sir. RNA can activate into DNA. We have amino acids forming polypeptides, chains of amyloids, which then can produce other RNA nucleotides. We know how sugars and phosphates and all these things go into DNA. It's not God, it's not magic. It's just chemistry.
Again, I'm not saying science is wrong, right? Science can work with a creator, man.
No,
That's
it
why I'm
can't.
just curious, how
No,
are
it
you so
cannot.
sure?
Absolutely not.
Well,
Creation
how
is
can there be
unscientific.
something without
Creation,
nothing, right? How can
create.
something just be or become?
Why not?
Well, I'm
How can
asking you, how
how
can that
can God,
happen?
the same way God could always be there, the universe could always be there.
Again, making something out of nothing, that's the problem, right? There
No,
has
that's
to
not.
be a force
No,
at the
listen,
beginning. There has
listen.
to be something that's always existed,
What?
right?
Yeah, it's called the universe, space and time.
Man, listen, again, measuring space and time and some of these theories that have only been around for a couple of decades, man, it's not much more evidence than what's historically written in the Bible, for example. You know what I mean? Like you can't just
A
go out
book of
and
talking donkeys, a book of talking snakes, Adam and Eve, a big boat of animals that crossed the world in 40 days.
well,
That's your
you're just
source. That's your
mocking
source.
certain parts of it,
That's
man.
your source.
No, I'm just saying your source isn't any better in proving to me that there isn't a God, right? Or that
I
there
never said I
is.
can disprove a God. What I'm saying is,
Yeah, you are.
there's
You're
just,
so sure of it. You said God is imaginary. Can you prove me wrong? I can prove you wrong just within the fact that you can't prove to me that he is imaginary or that he is real. You can't prove either way.
watch me, watch me. Do you think God is all good?
Yes,
Then why is there evil in the world?
the evil is not by God's doing, okay? For
Then why is there
example,
evil? If God is all good, why is there evil?
well, humans have free will, right? So I'm talking from a Christian perspective. I don't know
Okay,
how it is in certain other religions, but what I believe is God
okay,
gave us free will, right? And
okay,
there's just people things, and God doesn't intervene with
okay,
people,
okay.
right? But
Okay,
at
great,
the
great.
end of the day, there's
Sir,
salvation
sir,
for everyone, right?
sir,
So everyone can get
sir,
into heaven
stop,
at the end of
stop,
the
stop,
day.
stop, 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 stop. Does God have free will?
Well, of course.
Does God ever do bad? Does God ever make an evil choice?
No,
Why not?
he just simply doesn't. He just has no reason to. He creates, right?
Because he's good, right? He's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So why couldn't God make us with free will, all
He did.
good, such that we never sinned or do evil?
Because having free will, um, like sadly leads some people to commit bad things. That's not ultimately what God thinks is the best, right?
But
But the
it's
free
but
will
but
option
but
just gives us
clearly
the
but
ability to do this, right?
but
Just
clearly
because we
but
have,
hold on. You just conceded before that God has free will and never does evil. So it is possible logically that God could have made a world where we have free will intact and never choose evil.
okay. Let me correct this then, okay? I see what you're talking about. The thing is, right, God isn't okay, so you know how it says God created humans in his image, right? That doesn't mean we're like that God is acts like and feels one to one like a human being, right? He's a higher entity, right? He's not just like a human. He knows best, right? He knows all. It's not like that he's a human that can make human mistakes, right? You have to just look at it on a different level.
See, I could do the
Look
same
at
thing you're
you,
doing.
man. I don't mock you like this. You can't have a normal conversation. Guys, just watch this fool, man.
Oh yeah,
We're trying.
I'm a fool now. The guy who thinks donkeys can talk is calling me a fool. All right. All right, guys. One last victim here.
Hi.
Hey, what do you got?
So I'm not like I know this is going to be painful for you because I'm not coming on here to dispute. I'm actually on the fence, and my question to you is, quickly, do you believe in other life forms?
Hello.
What?
Yes. That is it's not a real thing, but they can take over your mind. It's like there's a greater mind that can give us thoughts. Yes, I'm way out there because I had spirits with me and they could move my body.
Hey? Okay, go take her pill, sir. All right. One last victim here who has an IQ of over 90, at least. Hello? Oh. Yeah. What do you got?
I say God is imaginary. You've been like I've seen you like on live a couple times over the past month. I mean, let's say I agree with you. God is imaginary. Why continue to have a live and just
Because there's other people outside of yourself that are questioning and want answers and want debates. You think you're the only person in the world? I'm the only one that matters. Hey, what do you got? Wash your hands when you're done, sir. All right. Next victim, make it good. Come on, give me. Dad's got to buy a new pair of shoes. And IQ over 90. Let's do it. Let's do it. Over 90. Oh. Every victim is a gamble. Their IQ might be 10 or 20 or 30.
Hey, what's up, bro? How's it going?
Hey, what do you got?
Well, I want to hear what you got first, if I could. What do you got? Just let me know, bro. I'm a Christian. I want to hear your side first. I want to know what debate.
And we lost. 10 IQ. Okay. Whoa! Thank you for the gift. I don't know what that was, but thank you. Why not? Wait, wait, do you think the Big Bang made our fingerprints? Okay, they can't hear you, so I'm gonna switch over to another person. Don't worry, guys. You didn't miss much. He thought that fingerprints were made by God. Hey, what do you got?
So, whenever we feel the Holy Ghost, who do you think that is?
A feeling that you made up in your head?
So it's not real when we feel God.
No, I don't. You don't feel God.
So whenever you die, where do you go?
The ground?
But like your spirit, where do you go?
What spirit? There's no spirit.
Your soul?
Like, what do you mean a soul? Like the I'm a soul man. Like that? Like, what do
Like
you
when
mean?
people are on the floor, like, and they feel the spirit. What do you think that is?
They feel a spirit. I don't know. Never felt one before. What does it feel like? Like sex?
I haven't. I wouldn't. I ain't felt the spirit, but I heard people feel the spirit. And then when people touch you, like, if you get touched,
Oh, I don't want that spirit. I don't want that kind of spirit, girl.
I'm feeling the spirit now, and it's so.
I don't want that kind of spirit. All right. Hello?
Hello.
What?
Hello.
What do you got?
Hey, bud. So God is imaginary. So are you coming from a sort of physicalist, materialist perspective regarding that? Okay, so you would argue there is no metaphysic reality.
Well, physicalism would be included within metaphysics. It would be just a naturalistic worldview. But I don't think there's anything immaterial or non-physical. I think that's gibberish to me.
So, like, for example, transcendentals, how like the number 6 doesn't actually exist in a physical reality. It's just within our minds, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, it exists as a thought in our brains, and thoughts are physical things.
Thoughts. So you think thoughts are physical things?
Absolutely.
Okay, so consciousness, what would you describe as consciousness then? Just
Bioelectricity.
chemicals firing off in the brain, or?
Bioelectricity. The sum total of the electrochemical impulses in the brain and the nervous system.
Okay, so basically, if that's the case, then so there's no how would you say it? There's no, everything's just reduced to chemicals. There's no anything above. There's no transcendental argument, all that type of thing.
Yep, it's stupid. It's a bad argument.
Have you looked into much of that? Like, for example, works by like Jonathan Peugeot and a lot of the John Vervaeke, those type of guys. Have you looked into them?
No, but I don't really care for their stupid arguments. I care for actual evidence of a God.
Well, the thing is, if you look at John Vervaeke, he's a cognitive scientist, and he talks about something called combinatorial explosion. So basically, the issue is that they're finding now with AI is that there is an inability with what humans can do is to deal with a combination, like, for example, attention. How do we realize that something is relevant out of the million different facts and things that pop up in front of us through our sound, through our senses? With only so ways we can. Sorry?
How does this prove God exists?
Well, the thing is, God would be the highest value, the highest sort of form of consciousness across. For example, there's a thing about the collective consciousness, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So,
do you have any evidence of this collective consciousness?
well, there's evidence of things happening like that around the world. Like, for example, how the phone was invented. Like, someone invented the phone 2 days apart on different sides of the world. How no one could run 1,000 miles or whatever it was, or 100 miles, and then within a few months, heaps of people. When it took, years and years and years and years for someone to do a backflip on a motorbike, then all of a sudden, within a few weeks, a whole bunch of people could do it. So I'm not saying there's some magic in the air that does that. I'm not talking about
This can all be explained by just people's brain activities, the prefrontal cortex making decisions subconsciously. There does not need to be some kind of magic behind it, like you said. So until there's evidence to something like that, I'm open to it, but there's just no reason to believe it.
Okay. No, I get you. But the thing is, this is what my point is. It's like, if you look at more sort of deeper arguments to God, they don't sort of postulate like a magic sort of cosmic butler floating in the air type argument. That's obviously a pretty...
I understand, but give us an argument or go away.
Okay, so the argument would be that God would be... You could say God would be imaginary, but then everything is imaginary, if that makes sense.
Yeah, when I say imaginary, I mean just a thought in our minds. And God, when we talk about God, it's a conglomeration of different ideas that is subjective to every person, right? There's nothing objective that we can point to and say, yep, this is God, right? Everybody has a different idea as to what God is in their minds.
But there's many things that you can't... But there's many things you can't point to. There's many things you can't point to and say this exists, yet we can't objectively grab it and point to it. Santa Claus exists. You could say Santa Claus exists. He might not physically exist.
No, Santa Claus does not exist.
Well, he exists in our mind.
That doesn't make him real, right? I know there's a thought, right? I know there are concepts that are in our minds, but it doesn't make them real in reality.
But what do you mean it doesn't make them real in reality? Like, people act that out, like they act out the idea of Santa Claus.
I can become a unicorn. Unicorn. Like, anybody can act out shit. I'm asking for reality. Where is the truth of
what is reality then? What would reality be? Like, if you're
that which exists. That which exists,
yeah. Santa Claus exists. If that's the case, because reality, again, you can't reduce things to the.
All right, I'm done. I can't. All right, guys, that's all for tonight. Everybody follow my YouTube. Woohoo! I post all my debates on YouTube. I post a lot more content on my YouTube if you guys want that. Follow me for more debates every day. Follow my YouTube, link in my bio. All my links in my bio. I got my book out too, so if you want to read my book about me, little old me, you can get that too. And he wants a picture with God. But hopefully, who's learning? I'm getting a lot of positive messages. So hopefully you guys are learning, thinking. All I care about is you guys thinking. That's all. What I want to live in a world where people think before they act. That's it. Wherever the truth is, I'll go there. But what bothers me is when people are dishonest and they believe in stupid things when there's no reason to believe in them, and then influence my life about that. Dude, you learned something? You don't post any debates on YouTube. I do. Go to my YouTube. Everybody go to my YouTube right now. Link in bio. Subscribe right now. If everybody here subscribed to me, I would be at 2,000 subscribers. Come on. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. What do you think happens when you die? I think you rot away. But if there is something that happens that where we live on, great, fantastic. But look how appealing it is to believe that, right? Look at how human it is to believe it. That when you die, you go somewhere else, that you live on. Number one, because we want to live forever. We want to live longer than we do have. But more importantly, we can't fathom not being alive, right? I can't think of it, what it's like to be dead. I can't fathom it, right? So that's why it doesn't make sense. Our brains are very limited, right? So when we talk about death, it doesn't make any sense to us, right? What happens when I die? Do I see darkness? What do I experience, right? It's not possible to fathom no experience. So I think the afterlife is something that people cling to because it makes them feel comfortable and it makes them feel like they know something they don't. Against a mysterious universe where we don't have all the answers, right? Think about it. We don't have all the answers. The universe is mysterious. That's why we invented things like God, right? And that's why gods are human. Not just gods, but any kind of religious belief, right? It's a way of giving order to us, to our thought processes. It gives us order. And that's what humans like. We cling to order. And that's what God and all these religions give us. The Greeks did it, the Romans did it, the Africans, the South Americans, and North Americans. All different cultures have their own belief systems that gave them order, and that's it. And they felt good about it. So that's why people have a hard time leaving religions, because our brains are attracted to orderly things. And pattern seeking. But even myself, sometimes, it's scary to ponder existence and ponder, what is all this stuff, right? It's mysterious. The mystery lingers, and even in my mind. But it only makes me happy. I thrive in the mystery. That's where science thrives in, right? Science loves the mystery. Science says, mystery, bring it on. Let's figure it out, right? That's the difference between religion and secularism. Religion runs away from the mystery and says, it's got to be God, right? They're cloaking the mystery in God. They're pretending as if they have the answer. Scientists in science is going after the mystery. They dive into it. And that's why science is more fruitful. It takes risk, it takes guts and courage, but it gives you cars and rockets and spaceships and phones and TVs and all these things that give us prosperity today. Science works, religion doesn't in any fruitful way. So, so not only is science a method for truth, it also allows you to become comfortable with the mystery. You begin to feel good about the mystery. You become comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that's the beauty of science. At least the endeavor. Religious people want to shun away the mystery, and in that they are missing out on a lot of beauty about reality. They're missing out on a lot of amazingness about the world around you, right? Look how amazing it is that we're here and living and breathing and alive. That's amazing. And the religious might say, well, yeah, God did it, right? But look at what that did. When you say God did it, it sucks away the beauty from that, because what if we are here by chance, right? And even the Christian and Muslim have a hard time accepting it, that we're here by chance. They're like, oh, it's too impossible that we're here by chance. But what if we are? What if we are here by chance? Sheer probability. Well, look at what we are. We can breathe, we can talk, we can think, we can ponder existence. By chance? By chance? That's incredible, that's amazing. Whereas if God did it, yeah, of course he did it. He's God. He could do anything, right? It's like Picasso painting a stick figure. It's nothing special. In fact, he could have done way better than this. God could have made a way better world than this. But we live in a world where we live under certain parameters, and that's amazing. That we're here by chance. We'll never be here again. We'll never be here again. And for this moment, we are existing, sharing this place with other people, able to do incredible things by chance. And that's what makes life incredible to me. So, in fact, life is incredible because there's no God. But if it turns out that there is somebody behind this, great, fantastic. There's just no reason to believe it. And when people say that the world was made for us, and then I look at things like the pale blue dot, right? Like there's one dot. See that one little dot right there? Our planet? That's it. That's us, right? That's our entire planet on that dot. Everybody you've ever seen, everybody you've ever loved on that one dot, right? That's a new perspective, right? That's a cosmic perspective that shows us who we really are. Objectively, really, that's what we really are. And from that perspective, the idea that there's a God who made an entire universe full of billions of galaxies and stars, 90 billion light years across, and that his biggest priority is that one little ape species on that one little dot, not that dot, that one. No, not that one, this dot, this one. Yeah, those are the ones that are the center of the universe. They're the ones who God made the universe for. And God cares about what we do in the bathroom, where we put our peepees, what we say, what we pray about. That seems ridiculous and silly. So that's all I'm saying, that there's another perspective that you can have on the world when you let go of the idea of God for just a second. You put it aside. A whole reality full of mystery opens up. Potentially a reality that has more mystery than you thought God did. So, all I'm saying is that we can be purposeful without a God. We can have purpose without God. I can have all these things without God. I can live a fulfilled life, an ethical life, a happy life, a peaceful life, and a prosperous life without a magic man. It's possible. It's easy, actually. In fact, it's a better perspective to me than a religious one. So, thank you guys. Thank you for the gifts. I hope you all subscribe to my YouTube, because we got a lot more coming. I have all kinds of interviews with other people on my YouTube. Whoa, I just got 200 subscribers. Holy shoot. I just got 200 subscribers. Thank you guys. We're at 1.17 subscribers. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Woo! Have they found life on Europa yet? No, but it's amazing that perhaps in our lifetimes we will find life on Europa. It's possible. In fact, it's not that hard to find life. Do more debate. It's too late for me. I got maybe a few more minutes here, and then I'll go. Okay. try detected CO2 in Europa. Well, CO2 can be formed naturally, right? So when we look for life in the universe, we typically look for oxygen because oxygen is a very reactive element, very reactive substance. So it tends to cling on to things when it's produced, right? It tends to cling on to iron or hydrogen, right? Makes hot water. So if you find free oxygen in the atmosphere, that is evidence that there's something producing it sustainably, right? There's a cycle here where free oxygen is being produced. On the Earth, what produces oxygen? Trees, bacteria, right? These things can produce photosynthetic life. They can produce oxygen. So, oxygen is a good case for life. But, again, there are other natural reasons why oxygen can be produced. So we have to be careful. But finding oxygen on another planet will be very interesting to see. Combine that with perhaps water, amino acids, like building blocks for life, carbon compounds. That would be great evidence of life. So it's possible that one day we will find it. We know that Enceladus has a liquid saltwater ocean under the surface, under the ice, which, who knows, there could be living creatures swimming underneath the waters of Enceladus right now as we speak. So there's so much out there to learn about. Science is cool. Yeah. Not only is science cool, but it's actually a way of life. It's a method. It's a way of living. It's a lifestyle. Because everything I learn about in science, it infiltrates almost every aspect of my life. It influences my art, my creativity. It influences my behaviors. It influences my ethics. It influences my morality. It influences the way I vote. It influences the way I think, the way I do my finances. Science and the methodology of science can help you in every aspect of your life. An evidence-based approach is a very good way to live. Thank you for the galaxy. Thank you. Go learn it. If you're so skeptical about evolution, debunk it. Go. Let's hear you debunk it. If you're so skeptical about the moon landing, debunk it. If you're so skeptical about evolution, debunk it. Do it. Let's hear it. Let's see your debunking. Let's see it. Do it. You can't. It's not possible because the evidence is too strong. But science rewards those who disproves ourselves. Science is always challenging. You think science isn't skeptical? Of course, scientists are the most skeptical among us. But they know how to use their skepticism in a healthy way, such that they look at the evidence. They don't just dismiss it and say, that can't be. They're not uber skeptical. They're healthily skeptical in a way that allows them to understand the difference between truth and falsehood. You can't tell the difference. You're confused because you don't know how to falsify things. You don't know what falsification means. You don't know what science even means. That's why you're struggling trying to debunk evolution. So, bye guys. I'll be back tomorrow. See you tomorrow.